What's going on, Blue? Hey, Paige. What's happening, people? What's happening? Happy, I was about to say Friday. Happy Saturday. What's going on? Guys, tap the screen, share the live out. Let's go ahead and do all the wonderful things to let the TikTok know that we are officially in the building. Guys, it is time for a Saturday edition of Sparring with Santana. You know what that means. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters. So if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Trump, get in the box. Get in the absolute box. Guys, we're getting ready to rock and roll. As soon as we hit 8,000 likes, I will open up the panel to get started. If you are currently in the queue, hold tight for me just one moment. As soon as we hit 8,000 likes, we will go ahead and open up the panel. We will go ahead and get it open. Guys, tap the screen, share the live out. Let's go ahead and get the shares up to 8,000 likes. Again, as soon as we get it up to 8,000 likes, we will go ahead and open up the panel. Let's get the shares up to 50 shares. Send your daily heart me if you have not done so yet. It only takes 1 coin and it helps boost the live. So sending that daily heart me helps. Also, we have a daily live goal of the pink heart puffs. Those help boost the live as well. So if we can continue to knock those things out, it pushes us out to the FYP so we can get more people in here and we can get these actual debates started. So if you have not sent your daily heart me, please consider doing so. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. Again, as soon as we hit 8,000 likes, I will go ahead and open up the live. Until then, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's get it up to 8,000 likes. Let's get the shares. We're almost at 50 shares. Let's go ahead and get the shares up to 100 shares. Let's get the shares up to 100 shares. For whatever you said, I'm a liar. Get in the box. Get in the box. If I'm a liar, okay, I see you're in the box. Hold tight 1 second. Guys, get these likes up to 8,000 likes so we can go ahead and open up the box. We got a couple of loudmouths. That are in the chat and they're brave enough to get in the box. Let's get this up to 8,000 likes and we will open this up. We will get it going. I am ready. I am absolutely ready. Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. Let's get the let's knock out the heart puffs. Again, that's the daily live goal. It'll help boost the live. We're at almost 7,000 likes. As soon as we hit 1,000 likes, we will open up the box. Again, guys, please tap the screen, get it up to 8,000 likes so we can get some of these Trump supporters in here. I need you guys tapping the screen. There we go. We're going to go ahead and get a couple of people in here and we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's see here. Parallel X, is that how you say it? Or what? I'm sorry, say your username for me.
It's Pyreal
X. Are you a Trump supporter?
Well, let's go ahead and ask you a question.
No.
So,
no. Are you a Trump supporter?
I think that Trump's better for America than any other U.S. president in history?
Super simple question.
Yeah.
You're a Trump supporter?
And the simple answer is Trump is the best president that America has ever had. The simple answer is yes or no.
Like, that's the simple answer. No one needs your pontification.
No, because that's a weird-ass question.
It's actually a pretty straightforward. Actually, hold on for a second. AK, are you a Trump supporter? AK, are you a Trump supporter?
Hi, Santana.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. I'm only looking for Trump supporters. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. It's not a hard question. Kevin, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Trump, you're a Trump supporter. I'm just going to call you X. You're a Trump supporter. Perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Quick question before we get into it completely. Have either one of you seen me before?
I've never seen you on here before.
Okay, perfect. So this is your first
time? Periodically.
Oh, okay. So you know, X, you know a little bit about what I do, who I am, and what this is. But Kevin, let me get, as a matter of fact, chat, let's give X and Kevin both a full understanding of what they just stepped into.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Guys, this is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. Guys, if you are a friendly, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. Let's do all the wonderful things to boost the live and protect the live. Let's knock out the daily gift goal. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal as these one coin items just so we can keep boosting it and we can get more people in here for the debates. We have X, we have Kevin. Both of them are Trump supporters. I'm going to go to X first because he came in a little bit hot. But before we get into it, X and Kevin, just the level set, just to make sure all three of us have an understanding before we start. We can all, right? Donald Trump's a liar.
Let's go ahead and there's something I wanted to point out real quick. Because you
said obviously not.
Yeah, I would like to stick to the question. Obviously, we do not think Trump's a liar. Why would we be supporting him if we do? So obviously, that's a wrong question.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's an interesting take.
There's something I really got to point out. So
okay,
your whole
ahead,
topic
Kevin,
is
you for some reason don't want to stick to the prompt. Go, Kevin. I'm sorry. Go X.
Yeah, X. So the whole topic here is which Trump lie do you love? Okay, but when you got down here, your whole ideas are lower groceries, tax cuts for all, fill that swamp. No, he said that he was going to drain the swamp.
Yeah, I
and
know
then you
what
put
he
more
said
immigration.
he was gonna do. But he hasn't.
And he
done
said,
that.
but he said
the reason why the points are listed the way they are is because there were play on words. Lower groceries. We obviously know that Donald Trump said that he was going to lower grocery prices. That was one of his campaign promises. Now he's saying that's something he can't do. We all know that he said that he was going to actually.
When did he say?
He said that he was going to do that day one. He said prices were going to drop sharply. And then even more than that, he's now backtracked saying that once they're up, they're hard to get down. He said,
"Well, day one is a phrase."
Hold on, Santana.
Wait 1 second, Kevin, because Kevin, I promise you I'm gonna get back to you and we can get into it directly. But X just really came in, and I don't know what he's on, so let me go ahead and get him set straight. Right? The simple fact of the matter is, yes, this is a play on words. Even more so, these are things that Donald Trump lied about. He lied about groceries, about tax cuts, about the swamp, about immigration, and even more, the play on words comes with the 2024 election. So that's why it says that. And even more, the point of this entire thing is Donald Trump is a liar, and people that support Donald Trump have easily bought into and support his lies. That's the point. What up, Carbon?
You know,
I would like to bring up a point about the grocery prices lie that you brought up.
Yeah, Kevin, hold on. I'm sorry, Kevin, because you've come in with good faith, but X is just
Oh no, listen, X was on my live last night, by the way. Remember me, Pyrell? Yeah, he was crashing out.
That doesn't surprise me because I mean, from this very start, he's already started crashing out. It's weird. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
All of his debates, all he could do was interrupt me and remove me, and that was it. He could not debate at all.
He came in, he was like, you know what he said? He came in, he said, Satan is real, and I know it because good is real. And I know good is real because God is real. And I know God is real because good and evil is real. I was just laughing, but it's fine.
I said that
we don't have to rehash old relationships
God and Satan.
Okay. We don't have to rehash.
Hold on. Let's stick to what we're talking about today. Because I don't really do the religion debates. That's my brother Carbon thing. But I'm doing the politics debate. So you explain to me why you came in as hot as you did. Get your point across, because I want to understand what you're at least trying to say.
Because your phrases that you put, right, the whole point is to talk about which lies that in your opinion you feel that Trump stated, but then you list these all like opposite to what you should have listed them, right? So he said that he was going to drain the swamp, but you put fill that swamp.
So you came up here. Wait, so you
he
came
never
up
said
here.
that he was going to fill the swamp. So that's
you came up here. You came up here to actually dictate how my background is set up for my live.
It doesn't because it's not accurate to the topic that you have.
I don't care what you think about my background. It's whether you want to engage in a debate about the topics. The way that I phrase things is because of the way that I decide to phrase them. So X, are you here for a debate or not?
Yeah. We can debate. I'm
Okay,
past
perfect.
that
Now shut up for a
because I
minute while
pointed it
Kevin
out.
actually gets his point across, since he's actually been coherent the whole time. Kevin, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying about grocery prices, which I think me and you both know it's going to be extremely hard to get these things down.
Right.
But I think we both understand that he's running for president. What is he supposed to say, Santana? Is he supposed to go up there and say, I can't do anything? Obviously not. He's trying to get elected.
Listen. And so again, Kevin, you've been completely reasonable this entire time, not only with, in trying to engage in good faith multiple ways, but with the actual answer, right? I'm not saying that he should have said that it's not something that he can't do or whatever. The problem that I have with Donald Trump it's not with, the fact that he lies, because I think that, yeah, all politicians lie, right? I get it. But the fact is that Donald Trump tells these extreme lies, and he tells these lies for no reason. He tells random, unreasonable lies. So him saying his thing was, I'm going to reduce the cost of groceries. Day one, they're going to drop sharply. Where did Kevin go? Whatever. But
Bro,
the whole point
I'm
is
right here.
No,
I'm not Kevin.
I see you,
it's
X.
X.
I know Kevin is Kevin.
Right.
I don't know what happened to Kevin. Anyway, the big thing that I'm trying to get across is Donald Trump tells massive lies for no reason, and that's the thing that I have a problem with. Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's also go ahead and get the shares up to 100 shares. Send your daily heart me if you have not sent that yet. It's only one coin. And we also have the daily live goal. Doing all of these things, becoming active participants, help us actually push the live out. So with that being said, we want to continue to do all the things to make sure that we get more people in here so we can have these lives. We do have my brother Carbon, and W's in the chat for the African Carbon, who's going to be hanging out with me all day. So make sure that while Carbon is on the panel, we are taking care of them. Make sure that we're gifting them. Make sure that we're hitting his pay links. Hey, mods, can someone start running Carbon's pay links in the polls so people can have them? Make sure that we're taking care of Carbon as well. And I'll just say W's in the chat for Corey. Corey sent a $2 donation to say reading is fundamental. Here's a starting point to get get X some books. Corey sent $2 to get X some books. Guys, W's in the chat for Corey. Thank you. And again, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Trump supporters, get in the box. These are debates with Trump supporters. Friendlies, keep tapping the screen, keep going. We have X here. All right, X.
Yeah,
Which
so I wanted to
would you like to start
respond.
on?
Okay, so now I'm not saying that what you want is a bad thing, right? You want to scrutinize if Trump has stuck to his promises or kept his promises, but you also have to understand that for like 5 to 6 years or longer, the Democrats were attempting to launch lawfare against him. They're trying to sue him everywhere, trying to stop him everywhere, because they want to keep having their their GAY poopy activities going on, and they want to spread it all over the world.
Hold on one second, X, because you're trying to say that the reason why Donald Trump has lied is because Democrats have hold on, because this is what you just said, and I want to make sure.
No, that's not what I said.
No.
I'm recording, dude. It's not what
I am
said.
As well. So I want to make sure you have an understanding, right? Because this is what you just said. Now, if you want to recant it after we go through it, perfectly fine. But this is what you just said. The reason why Donald Trump has lied is because the Democrats for the last 4 years have prosecuted him because they want to push their GAY agenda. That's what you just said.
No, that's not what I said. I said the reason Donald Trump hasn't been able to.
Did he say that?
Nope, that's what he said.
Okay. That's not what I said.
I got it on the record. So I'll just post a YouTube video. Go ahead. Listen, I'm streaming. Not only am I streaming right now on TikTok. No, because you're trying to twist my words. Not only am I streaming right now on TikTok, I'm also streaming on YouTube and Twitch. That's cool. Santana 24J on Twitch. That's perfectly fine. Everybody.
I will restate.
Perfectly fine. Hold on before you restate, because I'm good with you restating. I am perfectly fine with you restating. But quick poll in the chat. Or you know what? Never mind. They have Carbon's poll going. Let
me just restate it so that we can keep it quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. I never said anything about the reason Trump lied. I said the reason Trump has had a hard time fulfilling 100% all of the promises that he's made is because it's been nonstop lawfare from Democrats who are gay, who have spread poop disease that has killed 80 million plus human beings on the planet.
What?
That's 20
Disease?
times
What
more
are you
people
talking-
dead
Wait,
than Hitler.
poop disease. Also, you can't say that name
Yeah.
on TikTok is Shitler. What poop
AIDS.
disease?
Okay, Shitler.
What
So
poop disease?
AIDS has killed 20 times more human beings on Earth than Shitler,
This guy's
dude.
crashing out, my guy.
Hey, what?
No, I'm not crashing out.
What
Those
does
are facts.
Yes, you are.
what does that have to do
No.
with Trump?
Go ahead and
Okay.
Google how many people
So
AIDS
Pyro,
has
Pyro,
killed.
Pyro,
Hold
Pyro,
on,
Pyro.
hold on.
So you
hold on.
defend
Hold on.
AIDS people?
Again,
Carbon?
what does X? What does AIDS across the globe have to do with Donald Trump telling lies?
Because those are the people trying to stop him from fulfilling his promises using lawfare.
So
Okay,
Trump
so there's a
hasn't
couple.
lied at
There's
all.
Wait,
there's
so
a couple of wrong things.
wait,
this
so
guy fucking
hold on one second, Carbon, because I want to make sure I get this, because again, he keeps saying this. So
Yeah, the
you're
fifth
saying
people are trying to
that
stop him.
you're saying people with AIDS are stopping Trump from fulfilling his campaign promises.
Yeah, the whole
You know what?
poop army.
Hey, you hear this? You hear this? You hear the X? Got something for you. I was ready for you today. I was ready for people like you today. I swear. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing with you guys today?
10-4, let's go.
I was ready for you today.
Yeah,
I
but
was
got
ready for you today,
statistics,
X.
buddy.
Now give me the
I
rest
got
of the stuff that you're
statistics.
talking about. Keep going, X. Explain it to
Yeah,
me
I got
some
the
more.
statistics. You got Google?
No, I want you to explain to me how
I will
people with
explain to you.
AIDS are stopping Donald Trump from fulfilling his campaign
They're not
promises.
stopping
Give
him.
it to me.
They're
That's what you
they're,
said.
they're attempting to interfere.
Hold on
All
one
right, so
second.
here,
Hold on one second.
Google
Hold
the
on one second.
statistics.
Hold on one second. Ed, is
40
it
million
Ed Jew
people
5?
have
No,
died from AIDS.
Guy, X, you stop for a minute. Is it Ed Jew 5? Is that your username? Is it Ed?
Yeah, it's Edu.
Edu. Can I call you Ed?
Yeah, Ed's fine.
Okay, Ed, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hold tight for me just one moment, Ed.
Okay.
I got to read these off. W's in the chat for Chris. Chris sent a $2 donation, said, please body these Trumpers for me, Santana. Chris, you know we got it. Me and Carbon up here, we about to dominate them. W's in the chat for Corey, who sent a $2 donation with just laughing. W's in the chat for Angela, who sent $5 for extra tinfoil. Listen, I think I'm going to need extra tinfoil for sure, because this is insane. W's in the chat for everybody. You guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. We got my brother Carbon up here who's hanging out with us all day. Make sure we're taking care of him. Make sure we're hitting his pay links, because I haven't heard him say thank you yet. In chat, maybe his pay links are broke. Right? Maybe his pay links just aren't working. Can someone test and make sure that he can actually receive something? Because I haven't heard him say thank you. And the only thing that I can really guess is that it's because his pay links are broke. So make sure we're hitting his pay links. Keep tapping the screen. Let's get this thing up to 50,000 likes. And I'm going to take my hat off for now. And I'm just going to put it right here until I have to talk to X again. I'm going to let you go ahead and start. And then I'm going to let Carbon actually speak to you, because I need a moment. But Ed, can you address which one of these lies is your favorite lie of Donald Trump? Is it the lie about the groceries, about tax cuts, about the swamp, about immigration, or about the 2024 election? Which one do you love?
My favorite one, I think, is that if Kamala won, it would be the end of democracy.
Okay. Carbon, you want to take that?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a lie. Like, and especially given, by the way, Corey, thank you for the $2 test on Venmo. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate you, Corey. Yeah, so that would have been a lie. And it would also been like, wait, he actually did say that, right? It sounds like something he would say.
He said it a bunch of times. I mean,
yeah. And it's pretty funny that he would say something like that, right? Because you know, everything that happened after he lost in 2020.
Because she got so many votes in the primary, right?
Right. No, like it's the fact that he did try to steal an election in 2020 after he lost the election.
He tried.
Right? So let me, if you don't mind, just answering this question. Hold on, Pyro. We'll get to you in a second.
I know, X. You got to be quiet. I don't have my tinfoil hat on, so I can't hear you speak yet. If you start talking without my hat, X. If you keep talking without my hat, it's gonna seep into my brain. Just wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carbon.
Yeah. So what do you think is like worse, Ed Jr.? Do you, after losing an election, you go ahead and try to steal that election, or getting a primary process in which you are the vice presidency, you are the vice president on the ticket, and then the president drops out, and then you are running that ticket and you get the delegate votes. If you had to be good faith, if you don't mind, if you had to be good faith, what do you think is a bigger threat to democracy?
I think a bigger threat would not be him thinking he lost and got screwed and trying to fight against it, but I think a bigger threat would be bypassing the primaries altogether and being coordinated by the elites and not earning.
I'm sorry, you said fighting in a fight against it.
Ed,
Well, he did try to steal the election through
wait, Ed.
No, through the Penny Lane. Thank you for the $5 for I fall asleep to you most nights. Thank you so much, Penny.
Ed, you're being bad faith.
I
Carbon,
think
hit him one more time.
Yeah, so he didn't just try to fight against it.
He's being bad faith. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, no. So he didn't try to like just fight against it. He actually tried to steal the 2020 election through the fake election scheme. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how he tried to steal it. Are you ready for it?
Thinking and lying is different. He thought
That's a lie.
I'm gonna tell you. Can I say it or no?
Absolutely, as long as I can.
Okay.
Answer
Carbon lies all the time.
Yeah.
X,
So
I'm gonna put you on mute again, my guy. I don't have my tinfoil hat on. I can't listen to you speak yet. Go ahead, Carbon.
Sorry, Carbon.
So him and Rudy Giuliani got on a phone call with the Speaker of the House, Rusty Bowers, in the Arizona State Legislature, and asked him to replace legitimate electors with fake electors. They're called fake electors because they committed forgery when they signed their these like fake electors tickets and things like that. These people were charged. Lorraine Pellegrino, she was charged and convicted, and she flipped on these people. Right? This was all like this. These are things that he did. Rudy Giuliani, he admitted to lying. He had to pay what was it, $160 million to two Georgia election workers because he admitted to lying about them. Like these are all lies, and Donald Trump did commit fraud and tried to steal the election. Yeah, he tried. He failed. He tried because he's an idiot, but he did try to steal the election. Now, when you talk about Kamala Harris was on the ticket. She was the only other person.
No, primaries don't have vice president.
I don't know why you're interrupting me when I'm talking. Do not talk. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were both on the ticket, they were the only two human beings on the face of the planet who were on this particular ticket. So the only person, if anything happens to Joe Biden, unalives, he drops out, he decides all this stuff, he becomes incapacitated. The only other person on the planet who it makes the most sense to run the country is going to be her. Now, because she's also on the ticket, she has access to that war chest. Again, the only other person who would make sense is for her to be on that ticket in the Democratic primary process. Likewise, she also called a whole bunch of delegates. She spent 36 hours being up without sleep, calling delegates, making sure she got their vote. Likewise, she also got a bunch of votes in the 2024 election on November 5th. So if you want to compare actually trying to steal an election to delegates actually voting in a private political process that has nothing to do with government, you're going to fail in this argument, buddy.
Okay. Now, can I speak without being interrupted too?
Go ahead, Ed.
Okay. Thank you. Now, every other primary and all through history, how many people are going for presidency in all the primaries? It's one on one, right? I mean, each primary is a person by themselves. They don't pick the vice president, so they've been chosen as the primary candidate, right?
Wait, I'm so confused with what you're saying.
I mean, when there's
say that one more time for me.
When there are 6, 7, or 8 people vying for the presidency on one side or another, Democrat, Republican, they are by themselves. They don't choose the vice president until later on in the process.
Yeah, but
so Kamala was not
no,
part
vice
of
president was already chosen.
Yeah.
It does not work that way to where he can drop out.
No, you're lying. You're lying. Yes, she was.
Again, I can't. I can't cut you off. You can cut me off.
Oh, you just lied. Like, yes, she wasn't.
No, I'm not.
Flat out lied.
So, name one time this ever happened before. Where
okay, so she was on. No, that's a different question. So you're saying that she was not on the ticket. Okay, so when the primary was running at the beginning of 2024, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were on the ticket. If you were a primary voter, I'm sorry.
No.
If you if you were on, like, you're not gonna get anybody. A whole bunch of people, 40 million people voted for that ticket. And when they voted for that ticket, I saw that. Hold on, I'm sorry. I saw that ticket. I'm sorry. Hello, can I? Yeah, thank you. So when you actually got the ballot in the primary process, there were 2 names. The first name was which one, Ed Jr.?
In the primary, it was just Biden. There was no.
Okay, and what was the second name on there?
It was probably RFK or Joe Manchin or something else.
No, it was Kamala Harris.
He was not on the primary ticket for the primary candidate. He was not.
You know what I have a problem with?
Why do you think all the Democrats now are saying he should have held the primary?
You know what I have a problem with? You know what I have a problem with? Well, yeah, that. But also, One, who dictates how primaries are conducted? Is that something constitutionally bound?
I believe it's constitutional.
No,
I believe.
you're
I mean, I could be
absolutely
wrong.
wrong. You're
You could be right.
absolutely wrong.
Yeah,
It's a private
it's
process.
been a tradition for 100 years now.
No,
But yeah, go ahead.
it's dictated by the specific party. So the way that the actual parties decide that they want to run the primaries is how the
delegates.
party runs the primaries. Even more than that,
Yeah, the delegates.
Just a quick question: did Donald Trump participate in the Republican primary this year?
Not in debates, no. But
He
he was in
didn't
the primary
participate
and
in
everything.
any way, shape, or form.
But he
His
was on
name-
every single
His
ticket.
name was listed. Yes,
Yep.
His
Yep.
name was listed.
Was
But
Kamala's?
he did not participate in.
Was Kamala's
any-
name listed?
No, it wasn't. But you know what? It's also a moot point. It's also a moot point. The simple fact of the matter is that when Joe Biden actually dropped out and pulled his actual bid for the 2024 presidency, anyone could have stepped up and actually ran for the Democratic ticket.
Nobody stepped
But
up.
do you know why they didn't? Do you know why
yes,
she got
yes,
it?
I
No one
know
else
perfect.
did?
It makes
Because all the
perfect
money
sense.
that was already given to him.
Exactly, because like Carbon said,
Money.
there were two names already listed on that war chest:
Because of money.
Joseph Robinette Biden and Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Those were the two names already listed. Kamala
Let me
Harris
ask
was
you a
the only other person that could get that war chest. The conversation that you're having is in bad faith, and even
No,
more
no,
so.
no, 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 no,
Hold
no.
on, no. Even more so, the thing I don't understand is why in the blue moon do Republicans care so much about the Democratic primary? I
Yeah,
don't
we're
give
fine.
a flying flip about. I don't give
Ed.
a flying flip about the Republican primary.
Because
Yeah.
you took the power of democracy away
90%
after
of
screaming
Democrats
democracy for 4
supported
years.
what Joe Biden did. Why is that not democratic?
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Joe Biden did what 90% of Democrats wanted him to do. How is that not democratic?
Because the voters never voted for democratic. The definition of democracy is voting.
Yeah, wait.
Nobody
So,
voted
like
for
in a governmental
I
system,
voted for.
or
Yes,
yeah,
and-
I
but it
voted
came
for
down
that
to the final
ticket, so
two.
that's number
Nobody
one.
voted for it in the
Yeah,
primary.
Two,
they're
we
all-
supported
no,
them.
No. We Carbon and I just said that we voted for it. Thank you so much for sending Carbon the
Not-
boxing gloves. No,
In the primary.
wait.
That's where you earn your final two spots.
Hey, whose name was on the ticket? Was it?
Okay, wait.
Who was the vice
wait.
president?
Listen,
And who was the president on
Okay,
the primary
listen.
ticket? Who's the
In-
Lorianne,
package
thank
combo?
you for the $2 cash app.
can I
Thank you.
speak, please?
Who's
in
the,
all
no,
the
I want you to answer.
primary
Who's the
tickets- okay,
package
listen.
combo?
So you're saying Biden was the only one on all the primary votes in every state that had two candidates on there. Every
What
other
I'm
candidate in the
saying
primary
is
had
that
two-
a
had one
vote
person
Yes,
for
because he
Biden.
already picked his VP.
what
yeah.
I'm saying,
so
a
it said
vote
Biden,
for
Harris,
Joe
and it said
Biden was a vote for Kamala Harris.
No, it wasn't.
Yep.
Yes, it absolutely
No, it
was.
wasn't.
Yes, it was.
How are you
Just
going
like
to tell me what I voted for?
Just
What the hell
like
are you
wait,
talking about?
Ed.
He was the
Ed,
worst vice president
Ed,
in history when
Ed,
it came to
Ed.
confidence.
Are you going to
One
tell me
second.
what I
Hold on,
voted for?
Hold on, Ed.
Sorry,
Did you
yeah,
vote
sorry.
for Donald Trump?
This time around, yes.
Then you voted for JD Vance as well.
I mean, if something happens, yes. but
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
that's crazy how
voted
that
for
works out,
JD
Junior.
Vance
that's
as
not how
well.
it works.
That's
You're
the
being
point.
disingenuous. No, you're twisting the law and making
Yeah.
it work
Now,
for your side.
Ed
No.
Jr.
That's so
Did
wrong.
did
That's not how it
Donald
works.
Trump did he respect the
The
voters in
vice
Arizona when he
president
tried
takes
to
over
steal
a
their vote?
presidency already
Ed
earned.
Jr. Did
not a
Donald Trump
future one.
respect the voters of Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia when he
Hey,
tried to steal their vote
hold on
away
one
from them?
second. Hold on one second, guys. Serious, 1 second. Hey,
Oh, wait.
chat. Hold on 1 second, Ed. Hey,
Sorry,
chat. Am I glitching? Is anyone seeing any type
Yes.
of? You say
Yeah, you're
yes?
kind of glitching. Yes. I keep seeing your face popping in and out.
Well, that's because of the background. If I like
Oh,
move
okay,
around,
okay. Yeah, sorry.
but like it. Okay, all right. Everyone else is saying I'm good. Okay, all right. I apologize. Listen, we're going down a rabbit hole.
Oh, wait,
and-
just wait. Can I ask one question, please?
Go ahead.
Do you think it's a
Well,
safe?
answer my question.
Okay. Can I
I asked
say
you a
it?
question.
Can
Yeah, I asked you a question just now.
I didn't hear the question. He was talking about a
Yeah,
glitch.
the question was, did Donald Trump respect the voters of Arizona after they had voted him out of office in 2020, and then he tried to steal the election and keep himself
Okay, so I have to say it
illegally in
again.
office?
I think he
Did he
thought
respect
got
their vote, yes or
screwed by
no?
the bureaucrats, and I think he was trying to fight the process like Al Gore did in 2000.
I'm
I
going to
think
ask the
he
question
got
again
screwed.
because you
I don't
did
think
not
it was malicious.
answer it.
I think he thought he
Okay. I
legitimately
didn't
got
ask
screwed.
you if it was malicious, Ed. I asked, did he respect their vote? Yes or no?
I think if he was trying to get fake ones, no, but I think he was trying to find real ones that he thought were missing. Yes.
Okay, so he did try to steal
None of
the
that
election.
matters.
Now you're saying that now what you're saying here, this is
How many
akin to
questions
somebody
are
rob.
you gonna ask me?
I'm sorry, Ed
Just one
Jr.
question
Thank
now.
you.
What?
So this is akin to somebody going and robbing somebody's house, trying to take their TV, and then going away, and then Ed Jr. comes in and tries to defend that person,
What if
saying,
that first
"Oh, well,
person
he just
Hold on,
thought it
Ed.
was he just thought it was his TV." You know,
Well, what if
it was just his TV.
Hold-
Maybe he
hold on.
wasn't
What if it was
malicious.
his
Hold
TV?
on,
Right? You're
Ed.
infantilizing. Yeah, you're
What if it was his
infantilizing
TV?
him, man.
Ed, you got to give me.
It
a
wasn't
second.
his TV.
Ed, you
Can I
gotta
ask my
give me a
question
second.
now, please?
No. Hold on. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's get this thing up to 100,000 likes. Let's also get the shares up to 150 shares. The likes are moving really slow. I'm not exactly sure why. But guys, keep tapping
You
the
guys
screen.
are discussing nonsense.
X, just hold on for a second.
Bro, shut up.
Hey, thank you for the meerkat.
Yeah, well, it's taking
Hold on one
forever.
second. X, I am speaking. Both of you stop. Guys, there's 600 people in here watching the live. Tap the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things. We have my African brother Carbon up here that's hanging out with me all day. Make sure that we're taking care of him. Make sure that we're gifting Carbon. And we're also hitting his pay links, which his pay links are in the link tree in his bio, but they're also in the poll if you need to see that. Also, listen, chat, I want to show off real quick, right? So I was on Carbon's live last night, and Carbon had his goal as a whale diving, right? But he had one whale diving, and I was talking to his chat, and they were being like weird about it, whatever. And I was like, let's knock this out. And they, at least by the time that I left, they didn't knock it out. So this is what I'm doing. I just set up the goal is 5 whale divings. The gift goal is 5 whale divings. Chat, let's show Carbon how we knock this out, because for some reason his chat wasn't responsive. His chat didn't actually, participate. They weren't actually doing all the wonderful things that I know that my chat does. So if we're going to be here, we're going to show up and show out. So I just set the gift goal as 5 whale divings. This is a big deal. Let's knock this out. Let's show Carbon how we do it over here in Sparring with Santana.
You're not gonna be able to get 5.
There's one.
You're not gonna. You'll get one, maybe 2 at most. You're not gonna get 5.
No, we're gonna get 5 because my chat is built different. My chat is built different. There's 2.
That's the last one you're getting.
There's 2. Again, Carbon, my chat is built different. My family is built different. This is how we do it. So guys, let's take care of the rest of those whale diving. Let's show Carbon how we do it. With that being said, X. Okay, I'm gonna let you speak.
Nice.
Go ahead, X. The floor is yours.
So I'm going to continue with my. The whole thing is that Trump can fulfill all the promises that he's made, and he has more than enough means to do it, and he's fulfilled a lot of them. The thing is that every time he tries to get something done, you have the poo army trying to stop him. So we got the Rainbow Poo Army that has tried to launch lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit against him.
Can you explain to me how the queer community is stopping Donald Trump
because there's a majority of liberal Democrat voters
from cutting taxes for everyday Americans? Can you explain that to me?
So you got the internet, right? You got Google.
No, that's something exclusive just for you.
I
got
here.
DuckDuckGo.
So how many liberal Democrat voters?
Hey, real quick,
LGBT.
Real quick.
Let's go ahead and get some
statistics. It's like 10%.
You said something. You said something.
Half of registered LGBT voters are Democrats.
That wasn't the question you asked.
15% are
what percentage? You said what percentage of Democrat voters are LGBTQ, not what percentage of LGBTQ are Democrat.
Also,
which one did you want?
Wait, just real quick, because X, you called this out. You said liberal Democrats. X, you do understand that you're a liberal as well, right?
How am I a liberal? Please enlighten me.
Cool. X, do you believe in individual rights?
I believe that there should be a law,
Nope.
and the law should be enforced
Hey,
regardless
super
of
simple, X.
anybody's
I didn't
desire
ask.
for
I didn't ask
rights.
you to pontificate or get on a soapbox. Yes or no? Do you believe in individual rights?
Well, be more specific.
Do you believe that you have rights?
Do I believe that somebody should have
Do
rights to
you
murder
believe
somebody?
that you have rights?
It depends on what
Yes
kind of rights
or
you're trying to
no,
talk about.
X. Do you believe that you have rights?
Yeah, but what kind of
Okay,
rights? You're not
perfect.
being
That's all
specific.
you said. Yes, that's all I need. Perfect. X, do you believe that you have civil liberties?
Yeah, but my
Okay,
civil
perfect,
liberties
perfect.
don't.
X, do you believe in democracy?
I believe in
Yes or no,
proper
X?
rule.
Do you
Because
believe in
democracies
democracy?
don't work. And
X,
also, America
X,
isn't a
X,
democracy.
X, yes or no? Do you believe in democracy?
No, I believe
So
in.
you don't believe in democracy.
I believe in a holy monarchy.
So you don't believe in democracy, yet you participate in democracy.
I don't believe in democracies. I believe that there needs to be a holy monarchy in every country.
How you get that? How do you get that?
Russia is fine because Russia
How do you
is
get
doing
that?
its job.
Did you just
How do-
say
how do you get
Russia's
that?
fine?
What? How do
Yeah,
you get?
Russia's
How do you
doing
get the
it
holy
right.
monarchy? X. How do you get it?
You put somebody in there, or somebody needs
How do
to
you
conquer
determine how you
everybody.
put people in there?
Hold on. I'm sorry.
You
One
have
second.
a country.
Hold on, X.
the
Hold on, X.
people, put 'em in
X.
there.
X. Hold on 1 second. God damn it! I swear I don't get paid enough for this. Okay, go ahead.
Basically, they would have to win through war, or the country would have to place them into power.
Yeah, so like let's say a bunch of Muslims went through war and rule you in a holy monarchy. You would support that,
Bro,
yes?
they don't have anything holy. Islam's not holy at all.
Oh, okay.
What
So
kind
you
of
don't
crap
agree
are
that
you
we
on?
should have like some sort of
Yeah,
religious
Islam is
monarchy.
like the
Yeah, you wouldn't want.
nastiest
Yeah,
fucking
you
thing that
like
ever
X. Yeah,
existed.
you wouldn't want that
So you're a
happening to
Muslim?
you. Yeah, so
Are you a
X, you
Muslim?
wouldn't want that happening
Why
to
don't
you.
just
So why would
answer
you
the
want other
basic
people to
question,
have
dude?
that to you?
Answer the basic question. Are you a Muzi?
Yeah, X. I
You
don't
are
even
a
know what that
Muzi.
word means. X.
Okay.
Do you
All right,
believe
well, I got it
that
on the
people?
record.
Yeah, X. I'm sorry. So X, you don't want people to do that to you, do you?
Bro,
But
it
you want to
doesn't
do that to
matter.
other people because
Okay?
of your fake, because of
The
your like
problem
mythology or
is
whatever.
that Islam.
You believe that snakes can talk?
So you're gonna
Answer
keep
that
interrupting
question.
me because you're not
As
letting me
long as
talk?
you answer that
Are you
question,
gonna let
do
me
you
talk?
believe that snakes
Are
can
you
talk?
gonna let me talk?
You know what? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1
And
second.
snakes
You
talk.
asked me a
guys.
question.
Hold on 1 second.
And you won't
X,
stop talking
X,
so that I can
X,
talk.
X. I just
Just interrupt everybody, dude. He doesn't ever let anybody
yeah.
talk.
No, you know what?
He
Hold
can't
on 1
debate.
second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Carbon.
I'm dropping him. Shit just got
I told you.
wicked. Shit just got
I'll tell
wicked. Andre, what's
You was
going
crashing
on?
out of my live yesterday.
How you doing, buddy? It's good to be up.
Yeah, it is. It is. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
Give me one moment.
What I miss?
Oh, you haven't missed anything yet.
Hey,
Jaden.
yo,
Hey,
Jaden. What up?
Hey,
What up, Jaden?
what's up?
Hold on 1 second.
Isaiah, what? Oh, we
What
got
up,
the dream
Isaiah?
team today. Let's go.
What's up, man? Y'all got me, man. Well, I'm waiting to get my hair cut, man. Stepped
Listen,
outside the barbershop for this one.
listen.
Hey, Isaiah.
Listen.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
What's up, man?
Yeah, Isaiah, have you met Jaden and Carbon?
I know Jaden, yeah. And Carbon, I think we've seen each other around somewhere on these
Got it.
I
live
think you rated
streets.
me once.
Got it. Listen. The reason why I just cut off the craziness, right? Because full blown metal hat, tinfoil hat, all that other good stuff, is because I saw someone interesting in the request. I saw Andre.
Yeah.
Andre, it's super interesting. I had a conversation with Andre the other day, which I wouldn't even call a conversation. Like, it was a whole thing, right? We only had it for a few minutes. We had an interaction on Dean's account. And then Andre took a moment to actually clip the information. It's super funny. Andre, not only did he actually clip the information, but he muted himself so no one could hear.
I did not mute myself.
The video that you posted, Andre.
The recording I had, it did not record my voice. So no, I didn't want to mute myself. I can bring my wife here. My wife can vouch.
It only recorded mine and Dean's voice, but not your voice on the live.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I can say everything I said in the video is pretty much correct.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So listen, this is the interesting thing about Andre, right? Andre is a Trump supporter. Or,
I'm not a Trump
I don't know
supporter.
if I want to call him a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I'm not a Trump supporter.
That's
Hold
what I was
on.
about to say. That's what I was about to say. Go ahead. Okay. Introduce yourself. I know Isaiah's already spoken, but introduce yourself and what you're about, Andre.
Yeah, so I voted for Trump. Yeah, I support Trump just simply because he is the closest thing to my worldview when it comes to a presidential candidate, right? He's not perfect. I can agree with him 100%, 10%, 1%, or not at all. But he's the closest thing to nationalism and a pathway to nationalism in this country, and I'm for that. So does that mean I'm going to support everything? Of course not. When it comes to immigration, I'm for that. Mass deportations, we need that. I don't think it goes hard enough. When it comes to tariffs, I think tariffs historically have been good for nations, but it has to be met with a good manufacturing base, which I don't think Trump is talking about too much, or he's going to fail on that. And when it comes to foreign policy, I mean, the only thing I really support is them making deals with Russia, China, Iran. I think these countries are base. These countries are all right. I don't mind these countries. If he's going to be hostile to China, that's already going to happen either way. But yeah, here we go.
I think that I sometimes I really do believe, Andre, that you're a rage baiter. I really
that's what I thought as well, Isaiah.
How am I a rage baiter?
Like literally, that's what I was thinking.
How am I a rage baiter?
I think he believes it. Like I cooked him a few days
genuine in what I believe.
Gay marriage or something.
I don't do this for money. I don't do this for show. I do this because I believe in what I believe in.
I do believe he believes this, but I think he knows that his beliefs are definitely rage bait worthy. Like, I mean, can you just tell any of us?
Rage bait for you guys, yeah. It's supposed to be for you guys. For normal people, no, they accept my beliefs. I've gone to the DNC. I protested. People accept my stuff. I've been on Fox.
I think the thing that really strikes me about Andre is not even necessarily his beliefs, because there are people that share his beliefs. But the thing that shocked me about Andre, which I have an issue with, is how I'm not going to call you self-hating, Andre, because I don't know you personally, right? Yeah. But you specifically, just from what I've consumed of you, which is not a lot, to be fair, it's not a lot. But I watched a couple of your videos. I've heard you speak somewhat, and you are someone who tries to actually paint the Black community in a negative light as a whole in order to get your point across, and in order to actually to get yourself in a better position with the Republican Party by bashing Black people in multiple ways and not even giving Black people the actual proper respect that they've earned. Like, and that's the point that I have a point. The point that I have a problem with you.
Santana. I don't think that's true. So let me explain my content, right? Of course, I want a separation between good, hard-working Black people, which I think are the majority, from the 10% of the community that give us a bad representation. When we look at the crime statistics, when we look at the failing SAT scores, when we look at so many different problems we're facing, that has nothing to do with any other racial group but us. That's something that Black people need to start talking about. All this stuff that we deal with in our community has nothing to do with white people or Asians or anyone else other than Black people. And it's been that way for a very long time. Now, if we're talking pre-1960s, yes, we can add in the systematic racism, the historical, we can add that in. But today, when we look at the crime rate, good majority of Black males are killed by other Black males. That's not a white person problem. That's not white people doing it.
Well, actually, it is. I mean, if we're talking intraracial violence, Black on Black violence occurs at virtually. Well, I'm not saying that it's a Black issue. I'm saying that intraracial violence across racial lines occur at similar rates as they do Black on Black violence. White on white violence is on par with that. Are you to say that white people? This is factually correct per the Department of Justice. Yes,
Okay,
it is.
what table are you citing with the Department of Justice?
Sure, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up in just
We
a
can look
moment.
at
Let me
FBI
finish
crime
my point
statistics,
real
the
quick.
Bureau of Justice Statistics.
I don't
all
have
that.
my computer up right now, but
You got a phone right in front of you.
I'm on my phone talking
Well,
to you. Let me
it-
finish
I'm on my
my
phone
point.
talking. I'm able to pull things up as
Great,
well.
okay.
Well, you know,
What's that
Jane,
to
what's kind of interesting about this is, you know, I think Andre, we had a conversation 2 days ago, and when you made the allegation that black people were being taught that they were inferior to white people in schools in the Detroit public
I didn't
schools,
say
I
that.
asked you to
Hold
pull
on. I
that
didn't
up.
say that at all.
You absolutely
That's not
said
what I
that.
said.
And a matter of fact, the video's on my page, but
Yeah, I never said that. Though.
I asked you to pull it up, and then you were like, "Oh, well, what is this? You want me to pull it up? I can't find it. That would
You
be
asked for the
ridiculous."
curriculum, and I said yes. I'm sitting right in front of me. I'm looking at the curriculum, the website.
You confirmed that there was a school district that was actually teaching that curriculum, and then when Isaiah said, "All right, let's pull it up and look at it specifically,"
I didn't say there was. I didn't say there was a school system.
You made the
had
point
curriculum.
that
I
it
said
wasn't
the school
specifically
system.
spelled out in the
There are
curriculum,
teachers that
but
do it.
it's teachers that are actually
Teachers,
teaching
yes.
that in the
Yes.
curriculum. So your
That's
whole
factual.
thing is that
That's
the teachers
factual.
are teaching it, but it's not
Yes.
something that's actually in the curriculum.
Yeah. So yeah, teachers, they have autonomy over their classroom, right? And especially in these, especially black cities, they have a lot of autonomy in their classroom. To teach their class. And this is the problem. We've seen this with teachers who teach racism, who teach problems, or are very bigoted in their classrooms. They have autonomy, and they get caught, right? They get called out for it, as they should. But when we look at black schools, yes, when we look at the failing reading literacy, we look at math, look at Detroit public schools, it's completely failing. Black schools in black cities are failing because of black people. It's not white people. It's none of that. It is black people. And to ignore that is to ignore our reality and our tradition.
Yeah, but that's absurd. That's
not
absurd,
absurd.
Andre.
That's true.
Because what's
absurd is
so
our leaders have
fascinating
failed
about
us.
this?
No,
but
what's failed us is our leaders.
Andre, hold up, wait a second. I know this
I
might
don't
be
know.
a
Do you live
soft
in a black?
spot.
Where do you live at?
This might be a very soft spot for you, Andre.
You live in you live
it's
in
just
Houston, right?
interesting that you're pressing Jaden for statistics when I asked you to
Right
pull
here,
things
the
up,
Federal Bureau.
you couldn't find anything.
I could find
You
something.
said-
I did. I told you right in front of me.
said-
I'm looking at it right now. Yes.
No,
Yep, there's
and it
similar
wasn't in the
rates. White on
curriculum.
white, black on black. They're similar.
No, they're not
Looking
similar.
at it too,
No,
Jay.
no, no,
They
no,
are
no,
similar.
no,
Here's
hold
the
on.
Federal Bureau of
Hold on.
Investigations
Bring it up.
2018
Hold on.
study
Hold
on
on one second,
interracial
Adrian.
violence.
Hold on,
81%.
Adrian, wait, let
81%
Jaden
of
prove his
white
point.
victims were killed by white offenders versus 89% of black victims killed by black offenders.
That's not true. So this is from.
Then prove me wrong.
From the FBI statistics.
You went on with yours.
Magically not true.
The Office of Justice Programs. Homicide victimization rate. 2022 black homicide victimization rate was 29.100.
Right, intraracial violence rates is what we're talking about. No, because you're shifting what the argument is. We were talking about intraracial violence.
Hold on, my friend. Nationally, black people kill each other at a rate higher than any other racial group, higher than Hispanics, higher than any other minority group. When it comes to whites, as we know, white people occupy more of the country. There are more white people in the country than there are black people. Per capita is important here. Hold on. Per capita is important here. This is a problem.
Not his argument. You are literally shifting the argument.
Yes, it is the argument. That is the argument. What are you talking about?
Bro, Andre, you're an idiot.
Intraracial violence rates.
See, but this is why they
are we not asking the rate at which black people holy fuck?
We got a Googler.
Yeah,
White on white
so
murder.
and this is the thing that I have a issue with. Again, it's not that we're speaking specifically across the board. Andre isn't speaking specifically across the board as far as like overall violence, but he's targeting black people as if black people are some type of anomaly.
Oh, but that's why they have to use him, Santana. That's why they have to use
and then
him.
And then the statistic where he's talking about like how after like the 1960s and the 70s, how there's somehow like no effect whatsoever. For example, with the GI Bill, after a whole bunch. Okay, so after the cool. So after the GI Bill, when a whole bunch of soldiers came,
I have the GI Bill, by the way.
I'm sorry, Andrew. Thank you. When I'm talking, don't.
Wait, did you say the only veteran up here?
So
how many other veterans do we have up here?
I'm in the military, my guy. What are you talking about? Okay, so Andre. So the question is, I didn't finish talking. Thank you.
Go ahead,
Andre. So in the GI Bill, after people came back from the war, who got most of the GI Bill?
Mostly whites. Blacks were
whites. And what did they use? And what was in that GI Bill? What was in that GI Bill? That helped build the suburbs, right?
For education, yeah, only went towards a lot of white soldiers, a lot of black soldiers were excluded.
And it mainly that's what helped build the like that is what helped build the suburbs in like the Midwest and the South. You agree
That's
with
right.
that? Yes.
Yeah, that's factual.
Right.
That's historical.
Okay. Were black people able to build those suburbs and build that generational wealth?
Of course not.
With that GI Bill?
Hold on. Of course not, as we know this. But
of course
generational wealth, you know what about generational wealth? The factors in generational wealth goes down with
owning a home
generations. So when people bring up, well, we don't have any generational wealth, it's because black people don't invest anything into themselves currently now. We can't blame
because redlining still exists.
Redlining does not still exist. Hold on.
It does.
It absolutely does. Redlining does not.
Because there have been over 13 instances of redlining settled by the federal government in the last 4 years.
Hold on. There's 4 of you. I can take all of you at once.
Right, but are you arguing?
You can't even take one.
Redlining.
You haven't.
Redlining.
But is your argument
outlawed since 1960?
Just because something's been outlawed doesn't mean it doesn't still occur. Murder is outlawed.
Hold on. Here's a reason for why business don't invest in black areas. It's because of high crime and because of the higher rate in robberies. This is reported through almost every crime statistic since the 1980s. What are you talking about? The reason why businesses don't want to invest in black
now
areas,
you're justifying redlining.
They steal from each other at a higher rate than the racial group. Even Native Americans.
It's funny how you just said that it doesn't exist, and now you're giving an excuse as to why.
No, I'm not saying what you're saying. When you said redlining, you're talking about the historical context.
That would be
white people did not want to invest in black communities.
Wait, hold on.
That's not the same thing.
But even removing crime statistics.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hey, Andre.
What's up?
You're saying that black people don't invest in themselves.
They do not. No.
What has happened throughout the United States history when black people have invested in themselves?
Goodness.
No. I'm not just talking about that. I'm not just talking about that because I'm from the South as well. I know the history behind Lake Lanier. Yeah. I also know the history behind Central Park. Like my whole point is
what? Central Park 5?
My whole point is there's been multiple instances throughout the history of the United States where black people have cultivated not only successful businesses and actually grown the black community.
They have.
But as soon as they've done so, there has been an overwhelming force to come in and wipe that out in one way or the other.
That's true. And there's a lot of factors to that. I would say that's excluded from those. You can add in white people, but there's also another racial group of people that people don't want to talk about that. I'm not
okay. So
anything that's
can you tell me what other factors went into like the specifically because you said Black Wall Street. So I'll keep it super simple with Tulsa.
That's the most.
What other factors went into that one?
Well, I mean, it's quite obvious with the cases, cut and dry of what happened, right? We know it was a tragedy. It's a disgusting thing. I think that's the only group of people that deserve reparations, descendants that are still alive. I think it's 2 of them that are still alive. I think they're the only ones that deserve reparations.
I know you want to get off the reparations argument, but I refuse.
No, I'd rather get on reparations argument.
I know you do. I'm not going to get into that.
No, I want to get into reparations argument.
I know you do.
This isn't your show.
No interest in that.
Probably the worst thing for black people, honestly.
Santana, isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting that he had nothing for Jaden's black on black crime argument? You see how he just immediately
we got 4 people yelling at me with a bunch of shit. So when we look at these black crime statistics, black people do kill each other at a higher rate than anyone else in the country.
Okay.
I'm assuming that he got a call or whatever. I don't know. Listen, chat real quick while we wait for the tap dancer to actually tap back into the screen. Guys, keep tapping the screen. And we're almost at 150,000 likes. Let's go ahead and blow past 150,000 likes. Let's get this thing up to 200,000 likes. Let's also get the shares up to 300 shares. Guys, we have not only myself up here and Carbon, who is co-hosting with me for the rest of the day, but we also have Jaden, we also have Isaiah. Let's make sure that we're doing the wonderful things and taking care of them as well. Make sure we are gifting them, hitting their pay links, doing all the wonderful thing. And also, just an FYI, I was talking to Carbon earlier, right? And I was telling him about how my chat is better than his chat. He couldn't get 1 well diving last night. I put our goal as 5 well diving.
Didn't I tell you you're only going to get 2?
Yeah, we've gotten 2 so far.
You're only ever going to get 2.
Let's show off for Carbon and Jaden and Isaiah. Let's knock out these other 3 well diving and show them how we do over here with
Santana.
Sparring
Be thinking
with Santana.
I'm lying. He be thinking I'm lying.
Let's show him how we do over here with Sparring with Santana. Now Isaiah doesn't believe in the chat as well. Guys, let's go ahead and knock out these additional 3 wells and show them that we don't play those type of games over here.
What 3 wells?
So I
3
wanna-
more
I wanna
wells
cite this,
so we can dunk on
this
all of them
source
while
here.
we dunk on Andre. Go ahead, Andre.
You're not dunking on me at all. So when we look at the homicide table 6, this is breaking down interracial crimes in the United States. Black people kill each other at a higher rate. They also kill other races at a higher rate than anyone else. 72% of black on black crime, the assailant and the victim know each other. They both know each other. This is a problem. This is not white people.
But that's something consistent throughout all demographics. People normally commit crimes in close proximity and also to people that they know.
Crime at a higher rate. This is the problem that you're not understanding. Yes, we know that other races are going to kill each other because they are close proximity to another, right? That's obvious. But black people going outside of other communities commit more crime to other people. We've seen this with Asian Americans. This is a big problem between Asian Americans and Arab Americans, especially here in Detroit, that crime committed against them is higher than any other racial group. This is a big problem among black people. It's a lack of accountability. And I don't like this tap dancing shit. This is, hold on, that tap dancing shit, that's fucking disgusting to say because I'm not a tap dancer.
You know what? You say it's disgusting to say, but it's even more disgusting to do.
Grape more.
It's
white people grape
literally
more, we kill each other
for you
more.
to
We
do.
murder each other more. Okay, white people rape more. Yeah, there's more white people in the country.
Great.
We look at prison. We look at prisons. We look at the prison
disgusting.
statistics. We look at prison statistics. That's actually not true.
The reason
This is
why.
pretty sad, bro.
This is not sad. This is, you know what's sad? Hold on. You know what's sad? I have 2 black men up here who have a bigger following than me.
Well, all of us.
Perpetuating and
You
pushing
have
lies.
4 black men up here that have a bigger following.
I think
4,
everybody
5,
here
6,
has,
7. I don't matter how many black people up here.
Don't
these
just
lies
because
to black
Carbon is
people.
Can I
African
ask you, do
doesn't
most
mean
of your
that he's not
followers-
black.
African, let's go.
Most
Are
of my
most of your
followers are
followers
black.
black?
Hold on, most of my followers are black. So
Are they really?
Are
They
you
are.
I'm gonna fact
fucking
check
lying?
that.
I'm not lying.
I saw the comments on your video, and I know for a fact that they're not.
Andre, just because Biff has a black profile picture does not mean that he's black, my guy.
Okay, I'm not black.
It's because Biffany has a black profile picture in your comment section, Andre, does not mean that he's
That's not
black.
what I'm saying.
Okay?
The comments
That's
I get
Biff,
from
that's
people,
Jeff,
the people who interact with
that's-
me are black. This is some bullshit. So who cares if
And
they're white
also,
or
I'm
black?
not.
Who cares if they're
Andre,
white or
at no
black?
point,
It's true,
Andre,
it's true.
at no point
It
did
only promotes the truth that black people ignore their accountability for their actions.
All these
Andre,
beautiful
promoting
black
it already.
faces.
Andre, what I'm saying is, at no point did I not that I
If
not
you went
say
to the top of my
that
followers,
you're
you
not
found
black.
like some few white people. Yeah, I'll have a lot
Listen.
of black people comment on my
Yes.
page.
What up, Abner? How you doing,
Wait, did
Abner?
you say a lot of blacks?
I do have a lot of
Did you-
black
wait,
people. that
did you
comment
say a
on my
lot of
page.
blacks?
Yes, a lot of black people that comment on my
No,
page.
you
And
said a
then
lot
you
of
did say
blacks.
I
blacks.
said a lot of black people. I said
Them
black
blacks.
You said
You
black
said
first,
blacks.
incorrect.
I said black people.
The blacks.
If I said blacks,
My African
Hair.
American friends.
Yo,
over
black
here.
banana
you can't
peeling
even debate the
ass.
statistics because I beat you all on the statistics.
Santana,
Bro, you like
Black
have
people
a
commit
bad
crime at a
case
higher
of
rate.
Didn't offer any-
Dunning-Kruger,
Didn't
Andre,
offer
any
Dunning-Kruger.
crime
Get the
anyone
song,
else.
bro. Get the song, Santana.
Right, yes, they do
Listen,
commit
I-
the
you know,
highest
I'm
rate.
gonna have to
But
load it
proportion to the
What's wrong with
population,
saying
white
black?
people
We
still
say it all
commit
the
white
time.
on white
Black.
crime.
You said what? Say it again.
White people still commit white on white crime at levels
We're not arguing
proportionate
that.
to their
We're
population.
not arguing that. We're not
That was
arguing
what my
Hey,
point was.
wait,
I
your
know you
point
were not
is- your
arguing
point is
that
not even
because you
valid.
chose
Wait,
not
hold
to
on.
argue
Wait,
that.
is not
Wait,
even
one
valid in
second,
the
Andre. One
conversation,
second,
Mike. Hold
Andre. 1 second, Andre. W's in the chat for Iman. Iman sent a $3 donation to say, ask him what's the black exoneration rate.
Oh,
W's
so
in
let me
the
get into
chat.
this. Hold on.
Garrison just made a
People
big
always wanna
video
cite
about this.
Hold on. People always want to cite this. And this goes back from 1980, from the National Registry of Exoneration. It goes back from 1988 to 2022. It's only 2,939 people have been exonerated. Yes, 51% of them have been black, but this is only due to lack of DNA evidence, a lack of DNA evidence. And in fact, these innocent projects have gone down in the last 20
We're
years.
only doing
because
a
of
lot
the
of work for you,
effectiveness
buddy.
of it. And then
It's only is
they're
doing
no
a lot
longer
of
needed.
heavy
It's not even
lifting.
needed. It's not even needed anymore because they've already got rid of all. We had terrible policing in the 1980s and 90s. It worked then. It was very good for doing what it did. But today, it's not the same case. Not the same case. Only 3,000 people have been exonerated.
It's baffling. I've got to say, it's
That's it.
baffling.
Again, my entire point is it's not even, Andre, I don't even really have an issue with your overall perspective, right? Because I mean, I talk to people like you all the time, right? I mean, like your ideas.
Conservatives that don't really know anything.
No. You're
You are one of them.
Like you
I'm not a
you
conservative.
might you
Hold on,
might
I'm not a
think that you're
conservative. I'm not
special,
blank.
but
Well,
you're
nationalism
not.
I'm
is
not a
inherently
conservative.
conservative.
No,
Like
it's not conservative. That has nothing to do
Yes,
with
it is.
conservative. No, conservatism is
Andre,
the Enlightenment.
Andre,
Hold on.
Andre, no. I was speaking, and then you started talking.
Hold on.
Andre, I was speaking, and
Go
you
ahead.
started talking.
Go ahead.
My point is, I don't even have an issue with your overall views, right? Because you're not special, right? Your views are common, right? It's not even a big thing. Yeah, they are. Trust me. Andre, I talk to people on this app every day that believe the exact same things.
Probably white people, but not black people.
Exactly. You're exactly right. You think just because you're black, you think the fact that you're black and you hold those same views,
I most certainly think I'm
makes you
special.
special.
I most certainly think
Can you stop interrupting, please?
Rational.
I most certainly do. You know why? Because someone in the black community
the only thing special, the only thing special about you is that you are willing to actually try to pump up propaganda to actually downplay the black community, and you're giving credence to the people that like to say these things.
But you've regurgitated numbers.
You know what? But you know what's kind of funny about this? I would love to see Andre go say this in like O Block, right?
I live in
love
Highland
him to go
Park,
say this
Detroit.
in like Metro
I live in
Atlanta.
Highland Park.
But,
I
like,
went to O Block when I was at the DNC. I went to O Block when I was in the DNC. When I went to DNC when I was in Union Park, which you can find clips of me, I was in O Block. What are you talking about?
And obviously, bro, when you really start saying what you really
when I went to, let me tell you this, living in Highland Park, Michigan, like I do,
dog.
don't give me this shit. When I went to O Block, when I went to the DNC,
you know who your audience is.
Man drove by it. Let me drive by the entrance. let me just side eye a little bit from 14 miles away. I'm in O Block, and he drives away. Like,
it's funny, it had to take like 50 of you to sit back and argue with me. You can't,
bro, you can't even take one. You got on my live and got cooked and put yourself into a contradiction when you came on my live because you can't tell us what
address my point. Okay.
All you can do is insult me because you don't have anything.
I haven't insulted
Seriously,
you.
everybody, seriously, 1 second.
I gave you a stat.
1 second. Andre, the reason why there are multiple black men up here, right?
Yeah, to go with one person. Right?
Wait,
I need 5 of you guys.
Andre, self-control.
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason why there are multiple black men up here is because, plain and simple, you're an actual embarrassment to black men.
You're an embarrassment to black people because I care about statistics. You're an embarrassment to black men.
You're an embarrassment to black men.
Can you please stop interrupting?
What the fuck is up with your impulse control, Andre?
No,
why can't you stop
please.
talking for 2
You want to know
minutes?
why?
How old are you, Andre? How old are you?
You gotta have some self-control.
I have no respect for people like you.
Get your emotions under
respects
control.
you.
We stop on people like you should
Get your
be moved
emotions
from this
under
country.
control.
I agree with that.
Get your emotions under control.
Absolutely
Do you act like this to your? Did you act like this to your commander?
No, I did not.
You get like? Did you like lash out and get very emotional and stuff?
82nd all the way. Hey,
yeah. Did you? I'm sorry. Yeah. So you. Okay. So what?
Baby.
Yeah, did you act like this in front of your commander?
No, I did
you got
not.
all like emotional
I had a lot of
when you
respect
didn't
for my
get what
commanders.
you
I had great.
Very hard
that
to
I'm trying to make. 1 second.
Hey, third brigade, baby. Third brigade, baby.
The one point that I'm trying to make is, well, beyond that, you're like embarrassing to black men, but you can't even stop speaking for like 5 minutes.
All you pansies,
I haven't even finished my sentence and you're still talking. Andre, shut the fuck up.
How many times do I have to show
Andre, shut the fuck up and let someone finish a sentence.
No, you're not.
Mute him, please.
I don't want to mute him because then he's gonna, all you do is mute me, and he knows that. That's why he keeps shotgunning, because he knows he has nothing.
I have a lot of things, statistics. That's why I beat you all on. Couldn't find me a single.
You didn't respond to my stat.
I did.
You gave a completely different.
Jaden, go back. Jaden, the floor is
yours. My argument was that white people unalive one another at similar, comparable rates as black people do.
No,
You're not willing to isolate them. I gave you those numbers. It's like a 5% discrepancy. I gave you the numbers.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. 83 to 87%. Is that different? Really?
Very much. We look at the national crime rate. We look at the crime rate among black people.
But that's not.
I'm saying it's not about the national rate. It's about the rate of which people unalive one another.
Now you want to fucking answer anybody's question, and you talking
now you want room to speak and not be interrupted. No, don't bullshit me.
You don't
like it.
You would have to present a counter study that white people don't unalive people.
We can look at
there's
tons of government statistics that point that black people.
Great, but listen, this is so easy to easy to diagnose an issue.
No,
You're
it's
not
not.
offering up
No,
any
it's not. I'm
real
offering the
metrics at which we
statistics.
can
I said
solve
you can
them.
look it up from the Bureau of Justice
Okay, but simply
statistics, FBI
rattling off
statistics.
numbers that
So-
we've seen for decades here doesn't tell us anything of
So
how we actually achieve
Andre, one
progress.
second, Jaden. Andre, I muted you just because I want you to stop speaking for just a moment. I want to give Jaden a moment to actually ask his question and for you then to be able to answer his question directly. So everybody just stop talking for a moment. Jaden, the floor is yours. And then Andre, you can come off mute and reply.
So you've delivered stats as you've claimed to be your strong suit here. I would argue some of them are grossly misinterpreted, but that's out of the question. It's so easy to diagnose this issue. I'm sure we've all heard these numbers at some point or another in our lives. But what exactly is your solution besides, I suppose, mass incarceration or deportation of American citizens here?
I'm not going to deport American citizens. I'm deporting.
Well, you
people.
said we should get out of the country.
I said people like you should not even be in politics at all. And I'm glad that
Well,
none
we're
of you
not in
probably want to be
politics, but that's not the
Well, I'll be
question.
in
What is your
politics.
solution to these
So here's
issues,
my
these
solution.
systemic issues that you see?
Here's my
here?
solution. I'll give it very concise and clear. When
Please.
it comes to the culture within the black community, we have to make sure we stop out these people that promote crime, that sell drugs. I think the death penalty for drug dealers. I'm not talking about marijuana. I'm talking about people who sell hardcore
Hey,
drugs.
hold on 1 second, Andre. 1 second.
Murder.
Please stop use TikTok friendly language. I
I don't know the TikTok.
Okay,
friendly
well, let me
language. I've
just
only been on
run this.
for 2
Let me
weeks.
run through this for you one time because you've been on multiple lives. You should
Yeah, I've
know
only
this.
been on this
But
for 2 weeks.
you
Steve. I
can't.
don't even know anything about TikTok, honestly.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can't say the actual words as far as any
Why
of
not?
rugs, and that's why I'm saying rugs act the D. But you can't say
Hey,
the name of rugs.
hey, I'm about to get my hair cut, man.
All right, Isaiah,
Hey,
go ahead and do
I
your
gotta-
thing.
All right, man. Enjoy.
Hey,
Yeah, go enjoy your haircut. There we go. One down. Okay, so let me go back to what I was saying.
just be mindful of the
I'm
word. Don't say
mindful
any
of it.
name
Let
of
me
the
continue
actual
to go.
rugs.
I get it. So when we look at rug dealers, if that's what you want me to say, definitely for rug dealers. You're selling poison to your people. You are doing a greater harm to your people long term. That is disgusting that we have this. When it comes to the culture, the arts, I love when black people made music that actually expressed this in a deeper way. Right? We look at even hip hop in the '90s. Look at great artists, Gary Taylor, Kenny Lattimore, Luther Vandross. I know this is old stuff, but the way they expressed it, even with black women, the image of black women and black men were beautiful 20, 30 years ago. Now today we live in a time where black music and art is degenerative. It's disgusting. It can be popular. People can like it, but it expresses nothing but vulgarity. I'm tired of that. I don't think that truly highlights our essence and our beauty.
So
When it
wait,
comes to our leaders,
so
hold on.
your
When it comes to
issue,
our leaders,
your
hold on, when
issue.
it comes
Wait,
to
no,
our
no,
leadership,
your
let me go back.
issue.
You
No,
wanted me to
because you're
explain what the
rolling through
solutions are.
everything and not
You
letting
want me to
anyone address
explain the
any point.
solutions are? If you're
No,
so intelligent, you
Andre,
can break them down one by
Andre,
one. and I'll
no,
listen
you
to
are just
Okay,
shotgunning
Jack.
through everything.
It's
Are we
not
gonna go?
shotgunning. You wanted me to give
No,
you a
you
solution,
started
Yeah.
naming
and I'm
multiple
gonna give
things.
you
How
the
are you
solution
gonna
that
sit
you
here
want.
and just ramble off a
It's
list
not
of shit?
rambling off. I actually slowed down what I was saying. So I can
What
be able
I'm
to get
saying
my
is, if
point
you're
out.
gonna say something, then give an opportunity to address at least one point.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
What's
I'd
the
just
one
like to
point
offer
that
some
you want to
scrutiny
address?
here.
Because
The
the moment
music
the
aspect.
moment that you do that, we're going to get on from something
Right.
else.
Is there
Let me
any
get back to what I'm saying.
statistical? Is there any statistical relevance to the rate of which people listening to hip hop or violent hip hop,
Yeah,
as you
that's
put
what I
it,
was
and
gonna
them
ask.
committing
I'm not saying
crimes?
that. Hold on. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no,
I'm saying
I
this.
mean,
How
wait,
surely we would
wait,
have
wait,
to
wait,
establish
wait,
a
wait, hold on,
nexus
hold
if you
on,
believe
hold on,
that's
hold
the
on.
solution.
Hold on, hold on,
Stop.
stop. I gotta hit a restart.
Uh-huh.
Guys, if you guys can come back, chat, please do not report anyone. We got the panel. I can control the panel. We can actually run the panel. I don't need you guys to report anyone. If someone is up here saying something you don't like, I understand, I get it, but let us control the actual panel. Please do not report. That hurts the live. It doesn't just hurt the person. I promise you, we got this conversation with Andre. Let us have this conversation. Andre, can you come back?
Yeah, most certainly I can come back.
All right. Jaden Carbon, I'm gonna hit
Drop. It's. Do I already have drop? I do. Damn it. Dupe. I thought I had dupe. I do. I have odor. Guys, put your guesses in the chat. We are almost done. We're at 41K. The only thing we didn't finish is our donuts. Christian, thank you for the follow. Much love. You can join the team by just sending a heart me, by the way. I appreciate that. Prof? No, they're prod. W. Phoebes.
Hey, chat, as we get back in, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes back up. We need to get the likes moving really fast so we can get everyone back in here. Carbon, Andre, I see you guys in the request. Give it a second. We just need to get the likes up a little bit before I let you guys back in. Chat, tap the screen. Let's get this thing up to 8,000 likes as quickly as possible so we can get back into this debate. We got Andre that's in the request. We got Carbon who is coming back up. We also got Jaden. Guys, hang tight just for a moment. We just need to get the likes up really quick, and then we'll get right back into it. Guys, continue to tap the screen, share the live out. Let's get the shares back up to 50 shares. Let's get the likes to 8,000 likes. Let's do all the wonderful things to protect the live. Let's do all the things to actually protect the live. We need to get right back into it.
What up?
Hey.
Hey, Alexa, stop. All right, guys, give me 1 second here, all right?
Hey, you.
Guys, as we get back into the live, again, continue to tap the screen, share the live out. I have to make this perfectly clear. I have to make this perfectly clear. Even though there may be people on the panel, no matter if it's Andre or let's even say Jaden or Carb, it doesn't matter. If someone is up here saying something that you don't like, please just voice your opinion in the chat. You know, you can send a donation and I'll read it off or whatever, but please don't report anyone on the panel. It doesn't just hurt the people on the panel that you're targeting, but it hurts the live as well. And if you guys want to be able to continue to have these debates, you want to have these conversations, then I need you guys to actually protect the live and do all the important things. Reporting is not beneficial in any way, shape, or form. Please do not report anyone on the live. If they're up on my panel, I can handle it. And I also have Carbon and Jaden on the panel with me. We can handle not only these debates, but we can handle anyone that's on the panel. I don't need anyone saying mute this person. I don't need anyone reporting anybody. Like, I promise you, we got it. We got it. Let us take care of it. Andre is up here, and Andre came back because I asked him to come back because I wanted us to be able to finish this. Please allow us to have this conversation with Andre. Respect the boundaries. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Let's get this thing up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 150 shares. Also, let me read these off real quick. Guys, W's in the chat for Crystal. Crystal sent a $5 donation saying, thanks for all the educated men. Thank you to all the educated men for schooling Andre. Thank you so much for that donation, Crystal. Also, W's in the chat for Adrian, who sent a $3 donation to buy Andre some home training. Thank you so much, Adrian, for that $3 donation. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoyed the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Please give Carbon while he's on the panel. Please give Jaden while he's on the panel. Make sure we're hitting their pay links. Show them some love. Show these two black men some love. Not Andre, whatever. Make sure we're showing Carbon and Jaden some love while they're up here.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm going to call out one more time because just an FYI, because we're almost up to about 1,000 people and we're halfway there now. People are coming back. We have a daily gift goal of 5 whale diving, right? The reason why it's 5 whale diving is because Carbon, I went to Carbon's live and he put up 1 whale diving and his chat couldn't even get it done. And I told him that my chat is built different. Carbon is not a believer. Carbon is doubting you, specifically you, right there. So we have 2 whale diving. The only thing that we have to do in order to dunk on Carbon and shut him up is get 3 more whale diving. So let's go ahead and knock out this daily gift goal so we can actually continue to dunk on Carbon. With that being said, Jaden, please try one more time with your point.
It was more of a question that I had asked before the live got reset, but is there any specific link to the rates of which people commit violence and their tendencies to listen to rap music or things of that nature?
course, this is not the 1990s. I'm not going to, push the Fox News narrative that video games are causing people to kill each other more or some ridiculous crap like that. But I would say that when you have a lot of influence, you have a lot.
Also, hey, Andre, I'm sorry. Let me just run through this with you one more time, because like the words that you say, that's another thing that gets the live flag. So just try unalive instead of the K word.
I really hate this. Is like a childish. I know it's not you.
It's TikTok.
Right. No, I do too. Genuinely, I do as well. But they're funny about it, and I'm just gonna keep it funky with you as 4 black men in a space right now. We're the TikTok over monitors the black community versus anyone else, right? Certain spaces with other creators, you get the ability. No. I know for a fact because I have other creators.
Statistics on it? Any reports on that?
No. I just know for a fact that you can say other words in other areas, and then you have people who cross pollinate and think that they can say the same thing. And I know for a fact that I get those warnings when those words are said too much versus the other spaces where they don't. And I have other information, but not willing to share that. But with that being said, just please be mindful of those words because it's a TikTok thing.
We'll put a bookmark there because I want to go into that in a minute. But let me finish what I was saying. So when we're looking at an environment in which children are being brought up, right, and they have this music, because music is a part of culture, right? Music, the arts, all that is a part of culture. And if this is an influence, and they're looking at these people who are very powerful, who have a lot of prestige, who have a lot of success, and they're representing and promoting these ideas within the community, that is going to have a direct correlation to it. Now, is it to say
the argument for that?
The argument
is there a stat for that?
If when you're in these environments,
because that's a hypothesis, right?
That's not a hypothesis. We're looking at hold on. We're looking at these black.
I want to make sure I'm clarifying what I'm asking you. You said that's going to have an influence. When you say that's going to have an influence, that's going to be an inference to what is going to be a consequence. Yes or no?
Yeah, it's going to have when you have this.
How do you test that?
When you have this environment that you're in, and all you see is a negative, then that negative is more likely to become a trait. That
what's the argument? I'm asking you. That's an empirical. That's an empirical.
Basic. You look at any kind of.
Okay, well, I don't like. Listen, Andre, you cannot fault me.
I mean, you were really pressing us on numbers.
I was really asking you, Andre. That is an empirical.
Matters.
Okay, Andre, this is going to be the question that's on the table. Okay, you said we need to change the culture. One part of culture is the content of the music, correct?
It's more than that, but yes, music is a part.
That's one part, right? Okay, so you're going to have to show, other than just your feelings, you're going to have to test your hypothesis.
I'm talking about.
You're saying it's going
to. I just said to you.
For example, how do you know it's not the case? That somebody
it's not the case.
I didn't even answer my question. I didn't even ask my question.
Studies on people.
Bro, have some.
Okay, wait till I ask my question. I'm gonna ask my question, Andre. Andre, when my mouth is moving, please stop moving.
Come on, man. I don't want to mute you. I genuinely, I'm not even. Hold on one second, Andre. I'm being sincere. Seriously, I don't want to mute you because I want us to actually be able to do this. Can you please let somebody just finish their sentence before you jump in, please?
Go ahead and let it finish, even though I got interrupted. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's fair. Interrupted my question, thinking that you knew what question I was going to ask, but you didn't know what question I was going to ask. Because I've heard. Okay, what was I going to ask, Andre? Go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish your thing. I'm not going to speak.
No, yeah, I thought so. Okay. No, so how do you know that it's not the case? Yeah, okay, Andre. How do you know that it's not the case? That the reason why this kind of content is in music is because that's the experience of people when growing up in a poor area and things like that, and it's the other way around. It's the culture that drives the music. I mean, not the culture that drives the music. It's the experience that drives the music, and not the music that drives the culture. So my question to you is, how do you know if you're going to test, you have a hypothesis that if a child grows up and they hear this kind of music, that they're going to be more likely? How do you test that?
If they're relating to the experience, right, in the music that's being promoted, right, and they feel like, yeah, I feel that too. I'm hearing what this guy is saying. I agree with it. I like this. I like that. Yes, they're going to succumb to that. They're going to agree with that. And we see this.
They are going to. That's an empirical claim. Yes. Hold on. Wait, just to be clear, Jaden and Santana, that was an empirical claim, right?
Hold on, because he said something that caught my attention, but I want to let him finish. Go ahead, Andre.
Hold on, let me
go ahead.
When we look at studies that have been done testing things in the environment, animals, certain individuals, look at all these different tests that have been done over a very long period of study, right? Longitudinal studies, all that. This is a fact. When you have an environment where things are they become normal for that person to accept, they're going to accept that and take it as this is a normal way to behave. We see this in so many different people. I would look at when we're studying psychology, how people behave. They grow up in an environment where these things are looked at as this is okay to do. They find it to be normal, and they're going to promote that in their personality.
Okay. So now that's a hypothesis
Carbon,
that we need to.
Hold on. Let me just hop in just for 1 second, right? So by your logic, Andre, the fact that quote unquote black music is toxic in a bit of a way to the black community, and the reason why they're doing these things is because the music is influencing the black community to react in a negative way, right?
No, it's an expression of the experience, right? It's the experience. These people are talking about their experience in the black community.
But what you're saying is people are taking from that experience and actually living it out, right?
They're living it out, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So with that being said, and we know for a fact that not only black music, but black culture as a whole inspires people across the globe, not just in the United States, but across the globe. If that's the case, then this black music is inspiring the black community to actually replicate what they're saying in the music. Yet black music inspires people across the globe. Why isn't this a consistent thing throughout all cultures, not just black culture?
We've seen an increase in crime because cultures are different. Various different people's cultures.
We haven't.
How things are. Yes, we do. We look at America.
No, crime has gone down.
Crime has not gone down.
Crime has only 30 years.
Yes, it has.
In the black community.
Yes, it has.
Black community. We look at the crime rates.
Yes, it is.
The homicide rates. No, in the black community, it is still at a very high level, very high rate. And no one wants
What's
to
a
talk
very
about
high rate?
The argument is that it's
how many
going
times
down.
we have to go
It's
back to
going
statistics?
down.
Wait,
Statistics are in my favor. Statistics are in my favor. They're not coming down at all.
I hear you. Can you
Yes,
put
they
an actual number on that? What you're saying, a very high rate?
So when I'm looking at this right now from USA Today, and they did like a whole debunking of a Twitter post that put out some. It wasn't even a proper claim. It was like a very racist claim that they made that black people commit 90% of the crime in the country, which is ridiculous to say. But the sources I can cite here, give me 1 second, my computer will load.
While you're doing that, guys, real quick.
Homicide trends in the United States from 1980 to 2008. Expanded homicide.
I'm sorry, I was talking over. I thought you were pulling up some information. Can you say that statement again?
Yeah, the homicide trend in the United States from 1980 to 2008. The expanded homicide table 6. Deaths due to use of lethal force by law enforcement.
So the information that you're working on off of is from 2008.
Well, those are a lot. We don't even understand these crime statistics. We can look at 2008. I mean, we still have crime FBI statistics from 2019. I can cite all those things.
I mean,
right?
I hear that, but I mean, the whole conversation is
these things are still significant. They have not changed. They're only going down.
And then also, what's the recent trend? I mean, because both Jaden and Carbon have specifically said that they're on the tick down. But I would like to know, even you're saying that, but I would also like to know specifically. I would also like to know specifically where are we then?
So let's look in the. Let me look this up. I'm going to do this in my hometown.
Okay, while you're looking at, no, I don't want to hear your hometown.
I don't want to hear about that.
I would like to hear like an actual overarching view. Maybe you live in Gotham City. Andre, maybe you live in fucking Gotham. I don't
look
want to
at trends over time, Andre.
I live in Detroit. I don't know where you live.
Claim was that
I'm pretty sure you don't live in a black area. You probably don't. But guess what?
Crime rates amongst the black community
I'm very common. I'm very
you absolutely have no idea about where I live.
Black people like you will move away from these
like
areas.
who?
I move right back into it. A lot of you black people, Tariq Nasheed, the Dr. Umars, people like you do this shit.
Please don't equate anyone on this panel. You're closer to Dr. Umar than anyone else on this panel. Yeah, you're very much closer to Dr. Umar than anyone else on this panel. Anyway, 1 second, guys. 1 second. W's in the chat for Dana. Dana sent a $25 Cash App donation. Thank you so much, Dana, for the $25 Cash App donation. Also, W's in the chat for Jana, who sent a $5 Cash App donation to say, thank you for all that you do. Listen, thank you for your donation. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Please take care of Jaden and Carbon while they're up here on the panel as we, continue to have these conversations with Andre because like I've said a million times over and over and over, some motherfuckers just love ice skating uphill. And that's what's happening right now. Guys, keep tapping the screen. The likes are moving really slow. So this is what I'm going to do. We're almost at 150,000 likes. If we are not at 115,000 likes within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to sub only. I'm going to sub only, and we won't be able to, and you'll only be able to talk if you're a subscriber. If you want to join the conversation, then tap the screen, get it up to 115,000 likes within the next 10 minutes, or grab a subscription, because if we're not there in the next 10 minutes, I will be going to sub only. Make sure we're gifting Jaden and Carbon and taking care of them, hitting their pay links. All right, Andre, you were about to say something.
So yeah, so the source I'm going to cite is the Department of Criminology from the University of Pennsylvania. Violent crime is recently increasing in the United States, although data from the Uniform Crime Report are complete only to 2020. Local data now shows
Hold on
that.
1 second. Can you give me? I know you just said where the source is from. Can you give me the site or something so I can pull it up and look at
Department
it in real
of
time?
Criminology, University of Pennsylvania, is violent crime increasing? We look at the most dangerous cities in the United States: Detroit, Michigan, Chicago, Baltimore, all these different places, right? Predominantly black areas. Crime is on the rise there. Now it comes to white areas, Hispanic areas, Asian American areas, they're on a downtrend. And of course, that's going to align with the downtrend in crime nationally, because there's more white people in the country. There's a growing Hispanic population in the country. When it comes to black areas, no, it's actually been going in a very terrible direction for black communities.
I'm sorry. Maybe, you know, again, I might not be the sharpest spoon in the drawer, but I want to read specifically from where you're saying. I'm looking for the actual article.
It's UPenn. I have it right here. It has two graphs, right?
Yep.
Your numbers stop at 2020, and it points to the rates of crime increasing within that specific year, given the stressors of which occurred in that year. I'm sure you know that. Poverty.
Of course, obviously.
What was that?
Of course, obviously, pandemic, all that. Yeah.
Right, and in the subsequent years following this graph, you'll see a stark decline in the rates of violent crime and homicide across the United States, specifically among African Americans.
So we're looking. It says a U.S. homicide rate. We're looking at the U.S. homicide rate. That's what the graph is showing. So it's U.S. violent crime from 1990 to 2020, and the U.S. homicide rate from 1990 to 2020. So in black areas, in the black community, crime has gone in a very different direction. When it comes to white areas, Hispanic areas, it's very much different. I would argue in Hispanic areas has gone up, but not significant, given the socioeconomic conditions of Hispanic areas, especially with immigration increasing in the last 20 years. But yeah, there's a bunch of different factors that go into it. You can cite the pandemic, but still, this has always been.
Yeah, but you're pointing to increases that occurred 5 years ago. In the subsequent years, as I've indicated, and per the very same stats that you would.
These
where are you interrupting?
Updated
Can
every
you please
few
stop
years.
interrupting?
Yeah, these tables
Right.
are updated every few
I know,
years.
and you're off by 5.
I'm not off by
4.
5.
So
You go back
yes,
to
you are.
2022.
This stops at 2020.
There's statistics at 2022. We can look this up all day. Like I said, the statistics are in my favor. None of you can beat the
Well,
statistics.
I mean, every statistic that you keep
Here are my
speaking to is
stats.
outdated.
No, it's
Because
not
my
outdated.
claim,
It's
you
not
can point
outdated
to
at
an
all. That's
individual
very-
year in
these
which
are
crime
consistent.
spiked. Yes,
No, these are
my claim was
consistent
that
with
on
the
a
rates in which
30-year
they're being
trend,
reported.
crime has gone down amongst the black community. Right here,
No,
homicide
it's
rates in
not
the
gone
black
down in the
adults.
black community. I find it to
1
be very
second. Yes, they
false.
have decreased 65% from 1980 to 2020. Homicide victimization, black
1980,
homicide
that's not-
victimization rate decreased 45% between
That's not true.
1990 and 2020.
But we look at the
Imprisonment rate. The
homicide
black
rate
imprisonment rate has decreased a third since
So
2006.
why
As
is
of
it that we're
2022,
still saying
in
such high
2023, the
crime?
estimated
That's
number
not-
of
Andre.
murders and
We've actually seen
non-negligent
these numbers
manslaughter
go up in the
decreased by
last-
Andre,
11.6%
Jaden
the
is still
previous year.
speaking.
James a retard. He has nothing
In
to
the
say
first
about
half,
it.
hey, yo.
Okay, so Andre, I have
Yeah.
to drop you down
He does that
because
on
you
purpose.
said a slur. Yeah, I know he did. Andre, request back up. Request back up because we're not done with you. But you know for a fact that you can't say that on TikTok. You did that on purpose as an out. You did that on
Bro, I got
purpose
cooked
as
with
an out, and we're
statistics.
not done with you. Request back up. You knew that you have to be dropped. Request back up. That was such a
uncalled
bitch
for.
move. That was a coward move of you. Yes, you got dropped because you said a slur. We've talked about the certain things that you cannot say on TikTok. Stop being a coward.
Yeah, he still hasn't proven his case too regarding how like music influences someone, right? Like I asked the question he ran from, like, how would you test it? For example, like if you have like Nigerian immigrant, like wealthy Nigerian immigrant parents and their children grow up listening to rap music, are they going to be more likely to be inclined to committing crime to like somebody who is? I'm sorry, you see my mouth is moving, right?
Yeah,
Andrew?
guys, the reason I saw him in the request, the reason why I didn't let him in yet is because I knew as soon as he
Hold
got
on.
in, he would start
Yeah, 'cause
talking,
you're not
and I
about to
wanted
sit here and call
Carbon to
me
be
a
able
You should
to finish his
apologize to
point.
me.
I wanted to be able to
You're not
allow
gonna call
Carbon.
me a fucking
Andre,
coward.
stop talking.
No.
I saw
You
you in
ran.
the
You're
request.
not gonna call me
I
a slur.
specifically didn't let you in yet because I knew you
You're
were
not
going to
gonna
come in
call
and
me a
start
fucking
steamrolling.
coward, my guy.
Carbon,
Well, you are one.
listen, stop talking. Let
Check
people
yourself.
finish.
I'm gonna let you talk, dude. Check yourself.
You have
You
no
got
fucking
emotional.
impulse control. You fucking child. Stop being a baby. Stop being a baby. Carbon, please finish your point. Guys, do not let him back in. I got it. The reason why I did not let him up is because he does not have impulse control. Carbon, finish your point.
Yeah, he's a coward. Yeah, so like for example, I asked him this question, he ran away from it. He knew he was wrong on it. So for example, like one way you might test that is you know, if you have like Nigerian immigrant children, if they grow up listening to the same rap music as, you know, some you know, a black child and, you know, that's born here, are they going to have the same rates of crime and things like that, right? That would be maybe a good way of testing. That might be a good methodology, right? So I'm asking him how like you would test this, and he's just going based off his feelings and his intuition, which could be wrong, obviously, because you would just be like saying that, well, things have influence, therefore this thing, like certain things in people's lives have influences, but you need to show that this particular thing has an influence that's going to lead to somebody like straight up unaliving someone, right? That's a pretty big claim that you have to make, and you have to be able to support that, right? If you're not able to justify that, then you're just going to have to throw that out of your worldview. Otherwise, it's just irrational. Yeah, he contradicts himself all the time. It's just who he is.
Andre, I'm getting ready to let you back up, but seriously, dude, like you need to actually, one, watch your mouth, because you know you can't say those words on TikTok. Two, stop talking over people. Like, have some fucking decorum. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Nicole. Nicole sent a $1 donation saying Marilyn Manson was blamed for Columbine, so why? And oh wait, why is he only blaming African Americans? She sent two $1 donations to say that. Thank you so much, Nicole. I completely agree. W's in the chat for Phil, who sent a $5 donation saying if it's recently increasing, that that interferes with if it's recently increasing, that infers it was going down before that. So what songs or lack of songs made it go down, and what recent songs made it go up? Thank you so much for that, Phil. Also, guys, W's in the chat. Exactly. W's in the chat for Terry, who sent a $20 donation saying thanks for keeping him. He was so, I'm assuming that you meant kicking him, so rude to everyone on Mandy's live last night. That doesn't shock me. We're gonna let him back up, but we need him to have some self-control, guys. Cash App, PayPal,
Needs to
Venmo,
apologize.
all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. Also, make sure we're taking care of Jaden and Carbon while we're up here. We have Andre back up here. Andre, I'm dead ass serious, dude. Like, self-control and watch your words. You're on a TikTok live.
Listen, I don't know that you can't say these words.
The R word is a slur, and it gets you flat.
It's not a slur.
It's
dude.
a slur.
That is a slur.
To me, it's not a slur.
I don't give a
that's fair. Anyway, let's move on. First off, I'm not going to
can you
apologize. I have no
apologize?
respect for any of you people on the panel.
I mean,
You
I've
think
shown a
that
level
anyone
of
has any
respect
respect
for
for you,
Well,
Andre?
you gonna respect me.
Honestly,
gonna be-
Santana, my whole point of coming up here is to have a conversation with you, and you brought back up. It's what you do. You bring black back up.
The reason why I brought multiple black men in, and if some more black men jump up, then they will get access to the panel, is because I believe in public shame. You are a disgrace to black men. Yes, we need to actually shame the shit out of you, and that's the point. Not only do you not have any substance, but you are an absolute sellout to the black community, and I want to make sure that you know that, and I want to invite black men to actually join me in shaming you.
These black men, let me tell you this, you couldn't step to me, guy. I'll tell you that. I'll be in DC, Washington, DC.
I don't give a fuck where you're gonna be at.
And I'll be talking about these crime statistics in public, because that's what I do. I have no fear of these people. You people are cowards. You want to know why? You want to know why? It's because you do nothing for black people. We don't give a fuck
why you think that.
You haven't offered anything but banning rap music.
I'm not talking about banning rap music. What are you talking about? I want a better black culture.
Bro, this guy is so like intellectually inferior.
Of black people to be better.
Right,
See,
and
this
yet
is the
you
problem.
can't point to
I've got
any
3
causation
people
or
chiming in
correlation.
every 2 seconds, and this is why
I mean, that's all you've done is chime in.
Yeah,
That's
because
really
I have
all
to
the
respond.
conversation's
You can't
been.
like compose
W's
yourself.
in
When
the
somebody
chat
like
for
destroys
Carol.
your
Said
point,
you
W's
indicated
in the chat
earlier
for
that
Carol.
Yeah, keep yapping.
W's in
Don,
the
thank
chat
you
for
for the
Carol.
10.
Carol
It's not
sent a
yapping.
$50 donation to say Andre is in your home acting ghetto. He absolutely is. Carol.
How am I
W's in the
acting
chat
ghetto?
for Carol for the
How am I
$50
acting ghetto?
donation.
I'm combating
Thank you so
each of
much.
you in a-
Cash
in a-
App, PayPal,
Right.
Venmo, all the
Yeah, every
payments.
time somebody
You
makes a
indicated that there
point
were
that
psychological.
There's
destroys
another
your
well
point.
diving.
Point if you
Hold
make
on.
it stuck at all.
Hold
That's
on.
the funny
Hold
part.
on.
Everything.
Hold on, Carbon. There's another well diving. There's another well diving. Another one
I
from my
said
chat.
you
So that
wouldn't
means
get
we only
another
need
one.
2 more to
I
continue to
said
duck
you
on
wouldn't
Carbon.
get another
Whatever,
one
Carbon.
within
I
10
hear
minutes.
you. I
All right.
hear you. But we only need 2 more well divings to close us out on Carbon. Chat. Let's show Carbon why we don't play those games in sparring with
Chat.
Santana. Anyway,
Chat.
Andre, go ahead.
So every statistic you guys brought up has not even stuck. Everything. When we talk about testing for
Because you
environment.
ignore them.
Hold on. I've talked about testing for environment. There's multiple ways you can do for that. We've seen this throughout tons of different studies on multiple different things outside of race and individuals, right? Dealing with people, dealing with animals, right? You can look all this stuff up of how you would test for environment, right? So when we look at the direction of Black culture and the poor representation is given, and we have the biggest stars.
There's another one, Carbon.
Let's
One
go,
more.
Michael. Appreciate you.
One more.
Yeah, Andre, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing any studies that show the link between the content of music and somebody's rate of which they're likely to unalive
There's a lot
another
of these
person.
studies that have been.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna need that study. Do you have that study?
So
Yes
we
or
can
no?
look at Philip P. Rustin. I mean, Rustin does a lot on Black crime and a lot of the statistics on.
When it comes to music, yes or no?
When it comes to a lot of things within Black culture, you can look up Rustin.
No, I didn't say a lot of things. I said music.
Yeah,
That's
Stop
where
running away
Rustin
from the
is
question,
playing.
Andre.
I'm very confident that Philip J. Rustin does a lot of well before he died.
Okay, give me the study. Give me the name of the study. I'll look it up right
You
now.
can look up any of his studies from Philip J. Rustin.
Yeah, what's the name of the study? Do you have it?
Look up Philip J. Rustin and look up anything he said.
Just anything he said. Is there like a controlled study, perhaps, with like a relative sample size that showed that there was a decline in violent tendencies with the removal of violent
We can
music?
talk about
and
things
lyrics?
like I'm trying to think of the gene.
I'm not seeing any studies when it comes to music.
We look at IQ. Hold on. We
That's
look
not
at
what I
IQ.
Wait, no.
Hold
We're
on.
not pivoting.
Hold on.
I'm not
Hold
seeing
on.
any studies
Hold
on
on.
this
Hold on.
from Philip J. Rustin.
That's
or
because a
J.
lot of
Philip
his stuff
Rustin.
is censored. I would say a lot of his stuff gets censored a lot. So I'm
Oh, okay. So you
Well, then
okay?
it's not
So
peer
okay. So
reviewed.
now the onus is on you. Give me the study. What's the name of the study?
So I would say when you look at in the correlation between race and IQ, right? When we look at race.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the question again.
I'm
What is this
answering your
link
fucking
between-
question, guy.
I'm not
Put your
asking
fucking
about
panties
race
on
and
sit
IQ.
down. Put your
I'm
panties
asking
on
about
and
the
sit
link
down,
between music
Put your
and
panties
crime
on,
rates.
or I'll have to put
Listen,
it.
I get that. I
Andre,
get that you're
Andre,
insecure right
answer
now.
the
I'm not
question.
because you
insecure at all.
can't
I'm very
defend your
confident in my
view.
arguments because I
You
know I'm
cannot defend your view. That's why you're
Yes, I
running
can
away from
defend
the
my
question.
responding.
So I'm
We
not
look at-
going
hold
to
on.
stop.
When we look
I
at-
am like a
hold
shark
on.
in the water,
Hold on.
Andre. When
Hold on.
somebody
You're
runs
not a
away
shark
from
in
my
the water.
question,
You're a fish,
I
dude. You're a
smell
shrimp.
blood. Okay,
You're a
I
fish,
will
my
hunt.
guy.
I
You
will,
are
I
not
will
winning
hunt.
this, my
Okay. So
You're not at
Andre,
all.
so the
You don't
question
mind
on the
level.
table is very simple, and you will not run away from the question. The question
I'm not
is,
running away from
do
any
you have a
question. I never do
study
at all.
that shows the link between the content in rap music and crime rates? I will ask it again if you don't answer the
Yes,
question.
I do. I have to.
All right,
look
what
for
is the
my-
name of the study?
Yeah.
Let-
I have
Give me
to
the
look
name
for
of
it,
that
Michael.
particular
I
study.
have
Go
to
ahead.
look
And
for
We
it.
have a
that's
phone,
5.
remember?
And that's
Sunday.
5, Carbon. And
5
that's
what?
5. What did I say?
Yeah,
Like I said,
it's all right.
when we
it's all
look
right.
at the correlation
I'm gonna get
between
10K.
Black
all right.
IQ in terms of other cultures,
Yeah, hold on.
and how that
Hold on a
correlates
second.
with crime.
Hold on a
that's very
second. Andre,
important as well.
I
seriously.
think IQ is
seriously.
a dated metric.
Andre,
No, it's not a
Andre,
dated metric.
He's not even answering the
wait.
question.
We test for
Wait,
IQ
wait,
in a lot
We
of
weren't
wait,
talking about
wait,
IQ.
We test
wait,
for
were
IQ in
we?
the military. We
Hold-
test for IQ in with
Andre,
SAT scores.
Yeah, they
We-
should.
One second,
Hold on.
seriously. 1 second. Andre, can you please answer
You won't.
Carbon's question
I
directly?
did. I did. Yes,
Nope.
I did.
Okay,
Maybe you
so, okay.
maybe you think that you did. Carbon, can you say
Yeah,
your
I'm gonna tell
question
you how
one
he
more
didn't
time?
answer the question.
How did I not?
Terry, by the way, Terry, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you for your
Go ahead,
support. I
Carboy. Go
appreciate
ahead.
you. All right, so Andre, so the question that was on the table is I need you to give me a study that shows that if a child is more likely to be listening, like for example, Black child, listening to the content of rap music, particularly rap music that involves a lot of crime and things like that, how that is going to make it to where that child is more likely to commit those types of crimes. Now,
Well, that's
the
it.
study
Like
that
you
you
said.
gave, now the way that you did not answer the question, Andre, is by looking at studies between race and IQ. Right? It doesn't follow, Andre. It's a non sequitur, Andre.
It's
You know
not
what
a non
sequitur
sequitur.
is? Do you know what a non sequitur is before
I know what a non sequitur is.
What is a non sequitur, Andre?
No, it correlates with that. It very much correlates.
Okay. Okay. So it doesn't follow that by virtue of somebody's IQ that they're going to be more likely to be commit a crime as a result of the content
lower the IQ.
of music.
Can
Yes
you
or no?
hear anything that Carbon's saying?
Because I've heard this
He
argument
can't. Like,
for 10 years.
he's running away from the question.
Argument for 10 years. I'm not running away from any questions. I don't run away.
Okay, so answer the. Give me the
As
name
a
of the
Williams, as a Williams, I don't run away from anything. Let me get this.
You're
straight.
running away right
I
now.
don't run away
You're
from
currently
anything. Not a
running
single
away.
person in my family's ever run.
You are being a coward to this question.
Hey, let me tell you this, guy. Hey,
Andre,
let me tell you
who's
this, guy.
talking about your
Hey,
family?
let me tell you this, guy. I ain't no fucking coward. I stand on my.
You are
You
being
are
a
a
coward. Okay, then
fucking
give me the name of the
coward
study.
because you
fucking
keep
coward,
running
guy.
from
Give me the
answering
study.
any of the
I'm not running away from
questions.
Andre, give me
anything.
the study.
I'm not running away.
Okay,
from
then answer the
I ain't
question.
a
And
fucking
answer the
coward,
question.
guy.
Then, okay, stop
Hold on
crying
one
and answer
second.
the
Hold
question.
on one second. Hold on one second. W's in the chat for
This is too
the
easy.
Star Girl. Star Girl sent a $1 donation saying Andre gets bent over by his cousin. I would not be shocked.
Arched
W's
back
in the
and
chat
all.
for
Let's
Star
go.
Girl.
So,
Exactly.
like I said, none of you guys
W's in the
can
chat
talk
for
to me about
Rachel.
crime statistics,
W's in the
about
chat for
IQ.
Rachel. Rachel sent a $5 donation.
question wasn't
Says
about IQ.
Andre is related to Candace Owens. That he wants to
Correlate.
be. He wants to be Candace Owens so bad. So bad. W's in the chat for Laura. Laura sent a $5 donation. Said, please tell Andre that I've been called the R slur due to my disability and its horrible
I'm sorry, that's too
and
bad. I'm just
disgusting history. Just like the F slur has no place in society. Like no slurs do. Andre has completely
cares
shown who
about
he
this? This
is
is
in multiple ways. He won't
We get somebody
answer
smarter
Carbon's
than
question
Andre.
The problem with
directly.
Western
He
society,
keeps
man.
talking around multiple points. He has no
Yes.
self-control. Liv, what up, my brother?
Dude, what it do? Hey, Jeff is on the backup too. And he told me to tell you that.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on the backup.
What is he? What's the backup?
Oh,
okay. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so we talking about? Are we talking about? Because he keeps pivoting.
That's all
he ran
does,
away from my
Liv.
question, so he
I'm not
pivoted to
pivoting at
IQ.
all. It's very much.
Yeah, you ran away
very
from
much
my question.
correlated.
Yes,
Right.
you
Well,
very much
he was
correlated
in
with
a
just
dig.
like when you were on my live and you ran away from my questions
I
about
didn't run
like
away
being
from
gay is
the
wrong
question
and
at
stuff
all.
like that.
I've
You're
never
gonna do
ran
it
away
again.
from
So
anybody's
the question
question.
was, do you have a study that shows when
Yes,
it comes
there's
to
tons
music
of studies
that
out
that's
there. Do I have?
okay?
it
Give me the
with
name
me
of the
personally? I have to
study.
look it up. I have
Give
to
me the
go
name of
through
the study.
my files. I have to
Okay,
go through my
I'll
files
wait.
and find it.
Can you
wait.
do
You
that?
know what? Hold on,
What's that?
Andre.
Huh? What's up? We're not about to do this stupid. We're not about to do this. It is very
This
much
is too
correlated. Like I
easy. Do you have
said,
anybody
hold on.
smarter than Andre?
Like I said,
No, Andre. You said wait. You said give you a minute.
No. We're not about to do.
Andre, you
We're
said give
waiting,
you a
Andre.
minute so you can get your source. So we're waiting.
Like I said, I have to look through my files.
Okay, go ahead.
You have time. Stop talking.
Stop crying and look for it. Come on, hurry up. Chop chop.
You're not going to do it now. You want
Oh, he's scared. He's scared.
Why
You
am
know
I
he don't
scared?
got
I'm
it.
not
That's
scared of
why.
anything.
That's why you don't have it. You don't have it.
I do
There is
have
no
it,
study.
yeah.
I looked it up.
I do
There
have
is
it,
no
yes.
study on
It's
this.
very much
by the way,
correlated to that.
there
I do
is.
have it.
Okay, go ahead. Give me
You
the
keep
study.
saying.
I'm not going to find it now.
So to be
Why
clear,
not?
just
Yeah, I
wanna-
thought so.
Why now? I don't want to.
I thought
on
so,
one second. Hold on one
That's
second.
what I thought.
Don't make
I don't
sense.
have
Hold on 1 second. Jeff, what up, my brother?
What's going on, Santana? I just want to get just to make sure I understand this right. We're looking for evidence that rap music equals violence.
Yep.
No, that's
Yes.
not. That's not what we're looking.
I mean,
for.
that is
No,
the
so,
claim that you
and
made.
more
Not the claim
specifically,
that I
he's
made.
so this is the
Not the
claim that he
claim.
made, Jeff. So he said that we need to change black culture, and one aspect of black culture is the content of the music that we have in black culture. And he said that is going because the culture is what determines and what is indicative of our actions, for example, with our crime rates. Now, we are asking him very simple questions, which he ran from. We asked him like maybe 10 times. Do you have any empirical evidence that would test the hypothesis that this content of this music is going to make a child growing up hearing that music more
Actually, I
likely
found
to
it. Hold
commit
on.
such a
I
crime?
found it.
Okay. So all I want is that study. Thank you.
Okay. This is from the Office of Justice Programs, National Justice, U.S. Justice Department.
Can you give me the site so I can pull it up specifically?
Gangster rap promotes violence.
Can you give me the site so I can pull it up specifically?
M. McCall, published
Hey,
1995.
Andre, can you give me the spot-
1995.
Can you give me the site so I can pull it up specifically?
You want me to post it in the
No,
chat?
I just want you to read off the site so I can pull it up.
Yeah, this is from the
www. what?
www. ojp.gov dash NCJRS dash virtual library.
It literally says gangster rap as a cause of violent behavior by his listeners cannot be proven. Andre, I need you to do better than this. Stop fucking around with me, bro.
This is a 4-page.
The study literally just says what the content of rap is. It does not have a correlation between. You are like one of the most unintelligent. Okay, we're gonna read this. Okay, the history of African Americans shows that from the days of slavery to the present, music has always been an agent of change. Rap is what's the abstract say, Andre?
Say again.
What is the abstract?
I'm reading the abstract. I'm reading it.
Does the abstract explicitly not say that there is no link between these two?
Let's read the whole thing. We'll do it. Hold on.
Is it the one that you're referring to? Hold on one second, Carbon, Andre, just to make sure I'm reading off what you guys are saying. Is it the one that says, does rap music contribute to violent crime?
It says gangster rap promotes violence.
It's from the 1995. It's called Gangster Rap Promotes Violence in the Black Community. Now Andre, the problem with Andre is he thought that this meant that this was like some sort of link between two races. But when all it does is say what the content of the rap is. It doesn't say how that affects people in the Black community.
It does
not say that. It literally says, okay, what did it say? So when the study that you're citing,
this is 4 pages long, which I encourage.
Although gangster rap as a cause of violent behavior by its listeners cannot be proven, you think they're lying?
No, this is a 4-page long.
Yeah,
have you read it?
And there are many other.
Did you say that it was from 95?
This is from 95. Yes, there's tons of papers that people cite that are from.
Okay, well, so the article that I found in the same area is from 98, and it says here that it's 14 pages long. But overarching is saying that they have no actual connection. And the fact is there's been a thought that there's been a connection between all music and rise in any type of violence, but there's no statistical data that can actually prove it. So you're reading something off from 95. I'm reading something off from 98. You got 4 pages. I got 14 pages. Like all of this is outdated, but who should we believe?
Here's the reason
I have one
why
right here.
I'm
Actually,
saying this
we're
because
doing
we look at.
outdated
Hold on.
I have one here. I have one here.
Hold on, my guy. Hold on.
Andre.
Look at a lot of these studies that are done on race, especially with Black people. They're not allowed to be put out. So when I talk about Rustin, a lot of his work, it's been censored just simply because
what that 10-4 at?
They're noted as racist. He's racist for bringing out these things. There's tons of different people that put out. So yes, there's a correlation. There is a correlation between the music that people are consuming.
Yeah, give the study for that.
Hold on.
Yeah, give the study. You're just saying shit.
And hold on.
Like I can use mouth sounds too, Andre. I just want evidence for it. I appreciate you, my man. Bro, like, listen, you're just yapping. I just want evidence.
Can I just ask a very sincere question here? Why should any of us put stock in studies that have not been put out?
They have been,
like, bro,
they've been censored.
They have been put out, but nobody can find them, and only Andre knows about them. That's crazy how that works out.
Right. So why should we trust?
Yeah, give me the name of the study.
And like, if the methodology behind them isn't
on Internet Archive or anything else, and find his works, he talks about race and crime.
He can talk about anything he wants, but if his methodology isn't
wait, Andre. Hold on 1 second, Jade. The issue that I have is that the issue that I have is that we're speaking. Hey, Andre, the host is speaking. Andre,
yeah, go ahead, guys.
The host is speaking.
Yeah, I don't really fucking care. Go ahead.
Yeah, I found a study, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. The thing that I have an issue with is that we're talking about studies from 95 or even 98. I wanted to give Liv an opportunity to say what he had to say, and I also wanted to give Jeff an opportunity to actually speak to his study. So, Andre,
I'll show you my study right now. This is quick. So this is not out. This is not outdated. So this is the scientist right here. And you can tell right here that rap music equals violence. That's what he's saying. You can't
Andre, that's your man.
That's not on me. That's on you. But this is not outdated at all.
It is not.
The fit for this is legit. Like, yeah. I don't know who the designer.
Yeah, that chinchilla fur. Let's go.
That's what's up though. Not outdated.
Not even.
Andre, that's your man's. That's your man's Ungla. Is that your man?
Yeah, and I don't even know if I could outdo that source. I got one here for outdated
solid,
source.
Pretty solid.
And I got one.
Yeah, but y'all notice how every time this question is asked to him, He runs away from it and pivots.
I'm not running away from it at all. I've never.
Yeah,
run
you
away
keep
from
saying that you're not running as you are.
I'm not running away from it. I'm being I'm standing on my
denial is the first step.
If I
was written many books.
So Andre, if I was to like hypothetically concede to your point about violence and the correlation between violence and music, right? I would just use my outdated study of 2007 that shows that over 75% of hip hop is consumed by white America, and that's why it leads to these mass pew-pewings and school shootings.
But there's more white people in the country than there is black people.
And great and
I thought per capita.
Like if we're gonna talk about it, right, let's talk about the impact of white music. What was that? EDM music. What is that other music? The suicide music that was out.
No one's saying that doesn't have a correlation as well. I'm not saying that it's not.
And so, like, is it the violence in the white community?
The violence in the white community is not comparable to the violence in the black community. They're not on the same.
Well, white. Okay, so wait. Well, last I checked, white men lead in every violent crime statistic as of 2024
per capita. That's all I have to say.
Per capita. You would have to say per capita, of course.
Per capita, yeah, because that's something that's factual. You have to look at. Black people are more likely to commit crime at a higher rate than any other racial group in the
crime
country.
rates happen at similar rates across all races.
We've already hit him with that.
No, there's not.
He's going back to the same disingenuous argument that we've already.
Not a disingenuous argument.
We've already
debunked
it.
Between black and white crime.
So sure, let's just get to the core of it. Either it's the environment in which black people live, or it's biological.
It's both.
Okay, so wait, what is the biological genome? What is it?
We're looking at. You can look at like.
What is the gene sequence? No, just give me the gene sequence. What is the gene sequence that makes black people more prone to commit crime? Bro, you should be giving me a gene sequence.
So we're looking at
specific gene in black people that makes us prone to commit crime.
Warrior gene, all of that, right? We can go into all that.
Free will, guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go into it. Show me a study that shows that black people.
We correlate this to race and IQ. These things are important.
I love having conversations.
IQ is not genetic.
IQ is.
It's absolutely not.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What is? Wait a second. Before we talk about IQ, what does IQ stand for?
Yes, it is.
What does IQ stand for?
Hold on. So let's go
back.
What
does IQ stand for?
Intelligence.
No, hold on. What does IQ stand for?
Intelligence quotient.
Okay, what does EQ stand for?
Say again.
What does EQ stand for?
Enlighten me. I can't think off the top of my head.
Okay, you don't know what EQ. So if you don't,
I know. I said
EQ and we have IQ.
I can't think off the top of my head.
We have EQ and we have IQ. Which one? How do we know which one is more viable?
More viable, it's IQ. IQ is more viable.
Okay, how do you know this? You don't even know what EQ is.
Yes, I do know.
How can you say that and you don't even know what EQ is? No, how can you say that and you don't even know what EQ is?
I do know what
you Google it.
Emotional. The E stands for emotional.
Okay, great. So which one is more viable?
It's actually IQ.
Okay, great. So why?
We measure the IQ.
Why?
Hold on.
Why?
Stop talking.
Why? No, hold on. Why?
Stop talking for 2 seconds.
Why?
Want to listen?
No, answer the question. Why?
If you think that you are.
No, answer the question. Why?
It's very simple. It's a conversation. I'm not about to do this got you shit because you can't.
Why is one?
Calm down and listen to what I have to say. If you stop talking, I'll be able to say it. So we're looking at intelligence. We're looking at intelligence across the board. Black Americans, on average, I think have an 85 to 90 IQ. White Americans about.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you what's the difference between IQ and EQ.
I'm explaining.
Why is one more viable than the other?
I said intelligence because intelligence is genetic. Emotional has to do with environment. I said both are.
Okay, great. If it's genetic, what's the gene?
Environmental wouldn't be genetic.
So when
and so what's the gene?
When you have a people, hold on. When you
what is the gene?
People, stop.
What is the race
2
gene?
seconds, guy. When you
dude, you keep going back to the gene. I want to know. I want to know
stop for 2 seconds and listen to what I have to say.
What is the gene? What is the name of the gene? What is the name of the race gene?
Shut up.
What is the name of the race gene?
We're talking about.
That's literally what we're talking about.
Among blacks and whites.
That's literally what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
If you're going to say that it's a biological component in IQ,
yes,
and you're going to say it's a biological component in criminality, I want to know what the gene is.
That is important.
What is the race gene?
We're looking at IQ. We're not looking at the genes.
What is the race gene?
The intelligence.
But you argued that IQ was genetic.
I'm asking.
You said it was genetic.
I'm saying that over time, when you have a people who are less intelligent in environments where they're not, this is just basic anthropology, basic human history.
This is a Mott and Bailey argument. First, you're saying that it's an environmental condition, and now you're saying
actually
it's
from
genetic.
The bell curve. Actually, we look at the bell curve and read Charles Murray's book on it. Yeah, it actually explains that very well.
That's an environmental.
It's not. No, Charles Murray goes over both environmental and.
So just start from the top. Then is it
that book was terrible? It's been.
No, that book is not terrible. The book,
but the argument is that like the differences in IQ between different groups of people is going to have a genetic basis. People have tried to prove that they failed.
No, they
So,
have
for
not. It's been
example,
something
like
that's been-
there was one study where it looked at the differences between different countries, and then like the way that they did it, they didn't even like give an IQ test to a single person in the country, and yet like they just said like the average IQ in like I forgot which country in Africa
The average IQ
was
in
like
Africa,
70,
you can
which
look
is
this up.
obviously stupid, which
Yeah,
is obviously like not true, right?
It
It's
is
obviously
true.
not 70,
It most
right?
certainly
But
is.
no, it's not 70. Do you know
Yes,
what
it is.
70 IQ means, Andre? Do you know what that
70
means?
IQ is like retarded. Yes, at the time. when they
Again,
wrote this-
Andre,
Yes.
what the fuck, dude? This is your second time doing that.
Yeah,
Every single
I
time
tell
you
you,
want to
does it on
crash out,
purpose.
you use a slur to get out of it. Like, what the
Coward.
fuck is the point of even having you up here?
All right. Yeah, he's done.
Every single fucking time.
Yeah, if you guys want a good video to watch on the bell curve, go to a creator on YouTube. His name is Sean. It's a very popular video. He goes through the entire book point by point, and it's just like you realize how bad that book is. And a lot of racists like Nazis cite him in that book for why they think black people are like, you know, bad and dumb and stuff like that. And there's no reasoning whatsoever behind it. So definitely go look that up. Yeah.
I'm having this delicious sushi, and I think I'm going to do my PSA of 2025. Last year, my PSA was voting. This year, it's Bob in row 6.
Mm-hmm.
That dude that just left was Bob in row 6.
He absolutely is. He's still in the request. And Andre, like, I'm gonna let you back up one more time. But Andre, I want you to understand this. One more time, and you're getting blocked. Engage in the conversation. Stop speaking over people and have a good faith argument. Cut the shit.
So,
Cut the shit.
Can I get the big screen real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to point this out. I let it happen because I need it.
That's exactly what I was looking at, Jeff. Oh, no. I was looking at the other one. Go ahead.
This is the site for the study that Bob in row 6 gave us.
Mm-hmm.
And he also, when Carbon astutely pointed out that the abstract does not say what he says it says, he says, hey, but this is a 4-page study. But do you know why he can't tell us anything about this study? It's because of this funny number here. This funny 4-digit number here that says 1995.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was still in middle school,
Mm-hmm.
if you go to find this in a library, right, and you go to look, it is 404. You know why? Because the study's gone. The only thing you have is the abstract. So what happened when he got challenged was that Bob in row 6 said, oh yeah, it says that, and there's a whole bunch of other studies. And what we need to do is just show that, hey,
He wasn't looking at the 4 pages.
Yeah, he doesn't know what the 4 pages says. It's not even worth asking him, like, what's the methodology to get to this conclusion? All he wants you to do is agree with him, because I don't even want to like go to the motivation, because
that's what you have to do. It's what you have to do if you're going to be a racist.
Yeah, like it was recently pointed out to me that Bulverism is a thing, and now I see it everywhere. So I don't want to do it, right? But the truth is, this is like here. Let me do a quick thing with you, Santana. Like, let's say I had never heard of Schindler,
Mm-hmm.
and you wanted to tell me how bad Schindler was.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first thing that you would tell me?
I would tell you about the Holocaust.
All right, great. You wouldn't tell me about his tax plan, right?
No.
All right.
No.
So when I ask for a source for something and you give me this shit, right? When you give me this and you give me something from 1995, you're telling me that Schindler was a really shitty painter and you didn't like his brushwork. Exactly. That's what you're telling me. You're not telling me like, hey, here's a peer-reviewed study from a recent, from the last 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
where we looked at rap music and we looked at a control group and a non-control group, and we did statistical analysis, and here's what we got. You're just telling me that you don't like black people.
Yep.
Which is wild.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy. But then when you say, hey, where's the rest of the studies? And he goes, well, they're all suppressed.
Think of the dinosaur.
Well, then why are you here?
Yeah.
I want to know what his ASVAB score is.
Yeah, he's in the request still. I'm gonna bring him back in, but Andre, I'm telling you, one more, like, come back in here on this bullshit and you're getting blocked. I'm like dead ass. Don't come back in here on this bullshit. I'm also gonna read these off real quick. Guys, W's in the chat for Chris. Chris sent a $3 donation saying, can we get a poll of who thinks Andre is a coward? Oh, we can definitely, when he gets back in here, we'll go ahead and get that running. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Kylie, who sent a $5 donation. Thank you so much for the donation, Kylie. W's in the chat for Michael, who sent a $5 donation saying the whataboutism is strong with this one. Pay to kick, $50.
Ooh, very enticing.
You know what? No, Michael. I'll do this.
Let's get it. Let's make it juicy. Pay to block one band.
That's what I was about to say. $100 pay to block. $100 pay to block. W's in the chat for Corey, who sent a $1 donation, said, Andre, to be clear. Oh wait, hold on. She sent something else before. Said W's in the chat, Corey. I think that he has a humiliation kink. I think so. And then Corey also said, Andre, to be clear. Yeah, Andre. Also, W's in the chat for Phil, who sent a $5 donation, saying, in one study, love was the most common word used in hip hop, a rate of 21 to 10,000 per word. So yeah, W's in the chat. We're gonna go ahead and let Andre back in. Andre, again, don't come in here like you've done this twice. Andre, like, again, be mindful of your words. And just an FYI, my chat now has $100 bounty on your head.
That's cool. I really
not only to kick
his
you,
IQ isn't high enough, Santana, to be able to understand all these rules. His IQ isn't high enough.
Obviously, this entire panel has no understanding of IQ or race. So, like I said, going to Charles Murray, I mean, a lot of the stuff that's been put out. Yes, it does. So when we look at Charles Murray's book and the works he's put out, it's always been well respected. Of course, a lot of liberals, a lot of people on the left look at it as a bad thing. You can go throughout people in history who've talked about race and IQ. So it's stood up very well. Now we go back to that study I brought up from 1995. That was on.
W's in the chat for Michael. Michael wasn't playing no fucking games. Michael sent the straight up $100 donation himself and said, kick him, block him, then kick him and block him again. Fucking W's in the chat for Michael.
Motherfucking chat.
Michael said that shit with his whole chest and said, get him out of here. Holy shit. I was not expecting that.
Either. Also, hey, W. Chris, thank you for the $10 on my Cash App. I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Guys, thank you for the donation. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. We got Carbon up here. We got Jaden up here. We got Liv up here. We got Jeff up here. Massive W's in the chat for everybody. W's in the chat for Evil. Evil Scotsman, who sent a $3 donation, said a study in 1995, Tupac and Biggie were still alive. W's in the chat. W's also in the chat for Richie, who sent a $5 donation, said Andre wants to be Brian Donaldson so bad. He absolutely does. Absolutely does. Guys, thank you for the donation. Please take care of the people while they're on the panel. I know we have a few other people in here, and I want to go ahead and get back to it.
Hypnotize hadn't come out yet.
Holy
Lil
shit.
Wayne hadn't really come out yet for real.
Holy shit. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. He's just
Black Star. The Black Star album hadn't come out yet.
He's the fucking worst. Okay. Guys, I know like I don't know how long you guys want to hang out. I know Carbon and I were doing this actual live. I didn't know if you guys wanted to hang. Somebody said $100 to get him back. No, fucking $1,000 to get him back. He is absolutely the fucking worst. He is the fucking worst.
See you, Liv. Is anybody else in the box?
Yeah, there's other people. Guys, if you are if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. This is Sparring with Santana. We are only looking for Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. We are looking for people that actually support Donald Trump. I see there's some other there's a couple other people I want to bring in, but I want to make sure that we can get a debate going before we bring anyone else in. John, I know you're a Trump supporter, right?
John, why do I have you blocked? Did you call me the N-word?
I've never said that in my life. I just only came up here to say something about the IQ thing. I was just watching you guys just to see what y'all were saying. The IQ thing is hereditary. What you guys are kind of inferring about is a thing called crystallized intelligence versus fluid intelligence. It is hereditary, but you're able to learn things throughout life, like pattern recognition and techniques and such. But as in mental capabilities, you are limited to what you're.
Well, okay, so here's the big problem that a lot of people have, and they don't understand what this research means. So human beings are, for example, on average smarter than dogs, right? Way smarter. That is hereditary. That is because of our genetics, right? So the argument is not that human beings intelligence doesn't come from our genetics. The argument is that the differences in IQs between races is not based in genetics. That's the claim that people are making. So a lot of people would do this bait and switch. Yeah, a lot of people will be making, so the racists, they make this bait and switch and say, well, it follows that by virtue of the fact that IQ, not IQ, but that your intelligence is inherited, it follows that if you have differences in two different groups, that's going to be genetic, right? That doesn't follow. That's a non sequitur. And then they're not able to make that case.
Okay. I was so confused because I was listening to what Andre was saying, and then he said something about the IQ thing, and I was a little confused because I thought you guys were denying that it is or it isn't hereditary.
No, there are hereditary factors to it, but environmental as well, which he was wholeheartedly dismissing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think, okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. Sorry about that, then.
No, John, that's fine. So did you actually, I know you came up to actually add to that, but did you want to render a debate about the background?
No, I'm having a good night, and I just want to see. I really don't want to get in an argument with you guys. There's no hate between anybody, and I'm not gonna do any of that. So you guys have a great night.
Okay.
All right, guys. Request up if you are a Trump supporter. Request up if you're someone who supports Donald Jimothy Trump. We are looking for some debates. I see we got some other people in the request. I'm going to get you guys in here, but I want to make sure we actually get a debate going first before we add any more to the panel. Request up if you are a Trump supporter. If you are someone who believes that Donald Trump is actually going to be beneficial to the country in 2025 and moving forward. Request up if you think that for some reason Donald Trump doesn't espouse all of these lies. Request up if you are someone who has a bone to pick with Carbon, with Jaden, or even Jeff. We'll take all comers. Doesn't matter who it is, but request up if you actually disagree. I'm going to go ahead and bring a couple of people in. And again, I see there's some people in the request. If I bring you in and you are not a Trump supporter, I'm going to go ahead and drop you because we're looking for some debates before we do anything else. Okay, well, this person isn't there. Troy Vibin, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I voted for Trump this time.
Okay, perfect. So Troy, knowing that you actually voted for Trump and sorry, 1 second here. Knowing that you voted for Trump and understanding that Donald Trump is a massive liar, which one of Trump lies do you love the most? Was it the lie about the groceries, the taxes, about the swamp, about immigration, about the 2024 election? Which one of his lies gets you going?
I think that question is very
straightforward.
No, it's straightforward. You asked me. I just don't consider them lies. So I don't like the more immigration. That's why I wanted to talk about, because I think you're alluding to the H-1B.
Yeah, the fact that he completely flip-flopped his position as far as wanting more immigration, wanting it to be America first, wanting to actually make sure that Americans got these high-paying jobs, to Elon Musk immediately saying we need more H-1B visas, and Donald Trump turning around and saying, okay, Papa Elon.
Okay. I mean, I will agree that he definitely flip-flopped on the issue. I don't. H-1B is a work visa type of avenue, which that's a good thing. I would consider that somewhat similar to what Harris did from her old campaign policies back in 2019 and what she ran on this election. So
you're comparing a 4-year difference between him actually saying this like a month or so ago, actually about 2 months now, prior to the campaign, to him saying this now, where he's completely flipped and said, "Oh, like we need more immigration." So you're comparing a 4-year difference, and I'm sure you're either referring to fracking or you're referring to pew-pews, but like the fact of the matter is Donald Trump ran on a basis of mass deportation and America first, and then this flies specifically in the face of those things.
Not necessarily, because when people have a discussion about the whole immigration thing, one thing that Democrat parties or whatever talking heads want to say is there is not a lot of illegal immigration. So
no one says that.
Oh, so okay. Well, I mean, depending on who you listen to, they probably did. But
who are you citing?
Who I'm citing?
Yes.
Some people. I'm pretty sure I could like.
Nor is there a way to determine that they're actually Democrats either.
My point was that how he's going to fix the immigration, I think is going to still be his. He's going to fulfill his campaign promise. Just because he allows H-1B to still be a thing, which is it's a good thing, doesn't mean he's not going to fulfill his immigration policies.
What exactly are his policies and priorities here?
I mean, he definitely wants to finish the wall.
He's never said anything about the wall. Like this campaign cycle, he hasn't mentioned the wall at all.
Okay, why is he upset that Biden is selling wall parts?
Because they've
eroded.
Exactly. It's a talking point. Also, it was a determination made by the House, not something that was made by Biden. It was an actual talking point for him. It was an agreement that was put in place by the House to actually sell off those pieces of the wall that weren't being used.
So you think because the wall is rusted, it can't be put up?
No, I think for the simple fact of the matter is the actual materials weren't being used. And so since they weren't being used, it was an opportunity to actually sell those off. And if there is a situation where we do need those materials, not only have we actually recouped the amount of money that was being used for that deteriorated pieces of the wall, but we have the actual funds to be able to actually buy what we need. The simple fact of the matter is it was a talking point by Donald Trump. It's not something that was true. It was not a determination by Joe Biden.
So let me get this straight. So if the wall is not needed, if the person is not using the wall, right, and it's rusted, yes, I see how they would sell the wall. But obviously Trump is upset about selling the wall because maybe he wants to use it. So
Trump only is, it's a talking point. It's literally a talking point.
Yeah.
So okay. So it's a talking point. So
but
when
you're
you say
upset that we're not using
you're upset that we're not
using a corrosive and deteriorating wall for purposes that otherwise wouldn't have worked if we put them up.
Opinion.
It's a fact.
So you're saying the wall is not finished. Everyone knows that.
But it was eroding. Like, would you put up a rusty door to keep your house secured?
You said what?
Would you put up a rusted door to keep your house secured?
Oh, give them tetanus if they try to break into my house, Jim.
It's a false equivalence because in this case,
it's not.
Yes, it is, because the wall is not finished. So like the best.
Okay, my house isn't finished. So should I put up the rusted door from
is the house secure? It's not, because the house.
Okay, but I'm building a house. My house is not finished. I want to secure my house. Should I put up a rusty door to secure it?
The wall is supposed to the parts of the wall that is put up is exposed to the elements. So one may think that it's rusted. So
it is.
Okay. So the wall that is already put up is rusted, and you have material that is rusted that is not being used. What are you really saying here?
That it's not worth constructing a wall with rusted and deteriorating materials. I don't see what's difficult about that.
I'm actually proving my point. Really,
you're not. You're absolutely not.
Really,
just
what
the
it is
FYI,
you guys don't
you're not
believe in
even
the
close to
wall.
proving the
You
point.
just don't believe in the wall. It like you're
I
not making
don't,
sense.
for one, but even if there were to be a wall, why would you want corrosive and eroding materials to be the thing that secures our border?
What I'm saying is it doesn't matter because there's already a wall installed that is exposed to the elements. Any metal exposed.
Okay, so you want a weak wall.
I wouldn't say any metal. I wouldn't say that. Actually, more metals are less corroding elements than others. So,
right, they've sold off the more corrosive parts.
Okay, and Trump doesn't want that to.
Okay, why though? You want him to put up a rusty ass wall?
Does he put up the wall?
Is that what you want? Because you're arguing against Biden removing the parts that would have been exploited.
If Trump wants to put up a material that is rusted, it doesn't matter. He fulfills his goal, and he says, "Yes, I put up the wall."
You keep saying that, but that wasn't his goal. He's never, not once in 2024 did he campaign on the wall. And again, that's another reason why we keep saying it's a talking point, because he never mentioned that he was going to build that wall. He didn't mention that at all. And now that he had something to actually speak to, he told people like you that the Democrats are selling off the pieces of the wall, so he can't actually use it. Where to Jaden's point, the actual material are actually like they're no longer viable. So why would we use that? And also, again, it was the House that made this decision, which is Republican led. So what are you talking about?
What Trump did and was widely reported was he made a fuss about the wall. Next thing you know, the judge stops the selling of the wall.
This wasn't the next thing we know. But if Donald Trump constructed the wall out of tin cans and rusty wire hangers, would you give him credit for completing the wall?
Yes, because he said he was going to build a wall.
Yes. So a wall that anybody could tip over, could break through, could, I don't know, crush through, is a win for us.
Well, I mean, this is what would you call this? It's like it's a weird argument. Like if he fulfills the job, he does what he says.
But he doesn't. It's like saying I'm going to build you a car for your 18th birthday and I give you a fucking Power Wheels.
Well, that's false because he didn't build it. He just bought a car, a toy car.
If I built like a Power Wheels.
So
what about like
how's that?
wet spaghetti noodles?
Hold on,
all right. So he said that.
Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Sneakers, are you a Trump supporter? Sneakers, are you a Trump supporter? Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. Rate or blue is, I think it was Blue Rachel. Blue, are you a Trump supporter?
I'm not.
Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. Thank you. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Also, share the live out. Let's get the shares up to 700 shares. Also, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. Also, you can get a message across with any donation. W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $1 donation to say he's why the Department of Education is so needed. He absolutely is, Jesse. Thank you so much for that $1 donation. Guys, please make sure we take care of Carbon, who his pay links are in his bio, but they're also in the poll. Make sure that we're hitting his pay links. Take care of Jaden and also Jeff while they're up here as well. Let's make sure that we're gifting them. And just an FYI, just because I like stunning on Carbon so much, because we've already knocked out the whales, I reset the daily gift goal to 20 dinosaurs. 20 dinosaurs, just so we can show there's another one. Thank you for the dinosaur.
Right, okay.
Listen, just so we can show
I
Carbon.
can get 2 dinosaurs. I bet you I can get 2 dinosaurs in 2 minutes.
Just so we can show Carbon how we do here at Sparring with Santana. There's 1,200 of us watching. I know we can knock out these 20 dinosaurs and continue to dunk on Carbon and show him how we do things with Sparring with Santana versus what he does over there. So guys, let's take care of those dinosaurs as well. Thank you so much for the cake. We have Tori up here, who Tori has not rendered a coherent argument yet. I'm hoping somehow that changes. I doubt that it changes.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Troy, what is a lie to you?
What is a lie?
Yeah, what is a lie? What do you consider a lie to be?
A lie is the actual definition. I can't say off the top of my head.
I don't want the actual.
It's an approximation.
When Santana said to you, which is your favorite lie, and you said, I don't consider them lies, you're expressing something to me. Like, what do you think a lie?
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. I am expressing something. What I'm expressing is everything that you're all these bullet points are all opinions. Like, it hasn't happened yet. It's
hold on.
like,
I just want to focus on the word. I just want to know what you mean by lie. What is a lie?
A lie is not telling the truth.
Nope.
And so
try again.
When you say not telling the truth. By the way, W. Terry for the Venmo. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Instead of gifting me, if you go to my merch store and get you a Marshmallow Brain mug. Marshmallow Brain mugs are the lifeblood of any good make fun of the ops. Like, get you a Marshmallow Brain mug. That'll make me a lot, like, super happy.
That is dope.
Drink
Jeff,
your
is it in the link tree in this one that you're on as well?
Oh, I believe so. I believe it is. I'll double check.
Oh, I see here. I'm looking at it. I didn't know you had merch, Jeff. Okay.
Yeah, so if you get you a Marshmallow Brain mug today, you could actually get hot cocoa, and guess what you could put on top of the hot cocoa, Carbon? Marshmallow.
Let me guess. Marshmallow. There you go.
There we go.
Thank you for the 20.
All right. So yeah, what would you consider the truth to be?
Truth is saying what it is.
Thing that conforms to reality. So, like, if you're
forms to
reality. Okay, great. So if you say something that does not conform to reality, you're lying.
Yes.
And you said you don't consider these lies.
Yes.
All right. So if I was to go to Agenda 47 and just a platform in Chapter 2, and it talks about sealing the border, and I go through the 6 points here that all talk about lowering immigration.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that the reality should match lower immigration, right?
Okay.
And then the reality doesn't match that. It's actually going to be higher immigration. Then you would say that's a lie, right?
What are those 6 points?
Sure. Secure the border, enforce immigration laws, begin largest deportation program in American history, strict vetting, stop sanctuary cities, ensure our legal immigration system puts American workers first. Now, with just the 6th one, Santana already pointed that one out, right? Like, the H-1B program will not do that, right? But aside from that, those 6 points are trying to lower immigration. We now have a couple of policies that will increase immigration. That is a lie, right?
Wait, didn't you say one of those policies is enforce immigration? To enforce immigration policies?
Yes.
Okay, H-1B is an immigration policy.
So you're saying they're not making any changes to H-1B visas?
Yeah, I never thought that. I never thought.
Hold on.
I never thought that he was going to make changes to H-1B.
No, to be clear, are you saying that in reality, the thing they're talking about right now is to not make changes to H-1B visas?
They definitely want to improve upon the H-1B process, because
the word you're looking for is increase.
That's an opinion. It could be the opposite.
No, that's not an opinion.
They said that.
That's not an opinion. That's counting. That's just like, counting is not an opinion. Like, if I was doing 1,000, then I'm doing 2,000. It's not my opinion that there's 1,000 more and that there's an increase. That's what it is, right? So increase.
No, because there's other aspects to the immigration.
Okay, great. So if I have 1,000 of something and then I had 2,000, did the number increase or decrease?
You're homing in on
a pretty simple question.
I know it's a simple question, but he's homing on one simple policy in the immigration.
No, that's not what he said. Oh, wait. Jeff, maybe that went over his head. Try it one more time.
All right. So, and by the way, just to be clear, I'm not honing in on one. You honed in on the enforced immigration laws, and we're interrogating that. But again, if I have 1,000 of something, and then after I did a thing, now I have 2,000, did it increase or decrease?
It increased.
Okay, great. So far, what we're looking at is something that will increase immigration. I have seen nothing so far that's like, hey, here are my plans for doing the other stuff that's going to decrease immigration. Why?
You just gave 6 points that will decrease.
The 6 points are the proposal. That's the utterance. The reality is something else. The reality is what we're going through right now. Like, hey,
the reality is not present right now.
So we don't listen to what he says at all.
No.
That's been the whole. Thank you for that.
That's not what we're saying.
That's been their whole thought process. Is he's not president. But my whole point thing. Thank you for the dinosaur. Listen, guys, let's go ahead and continue to stun on Carbon. There's another one, Carbon. The whole point that
the goal's blocking my face out too.
the way the point is that Donald Trump made these statements saying that multiple things were going to happen within him becoming 24 hours of him becoming president-elect, and even more so, Donald Trump has completely flipped positions on things that he was on the opposite end of a month ago. That's what we're trying to get a point across. Real quick, Crazy, are you a Trump supporter?
I agree on that.
1 second, Tori. Crazy, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're a Trump supporter. Got it. Let's give Tori a rest for a moment. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 700 shares. There's 1,200 of us in here, so we should easily be. As a matter of fact, 10 minutes to get to 300,000 likes. There's another dinosaur, Carbon. Keep stunning on Carbon. Keep stunning on Carbon. There's another dinosaur. Let's get the likes up to 300,000 likes within the next 10 minutes, or we're going to go to sub only. 300,000 likes within the next 10 minutes, or we're going to go to sub only. Also, we have Carbon up here who's co-hosting with me. Make sure we are taking care of him. Gift him, hit his pay links. We got Jaden, we got Jeff up here. Make sure we're gifting them and taking care of them as well. I'm sure they have their pay links in their bio. Jeff called out that he has a merch store that I just looked through, and not only does he have the mug that he spoke to, but he has a lot of actual apparel as well, including the End of Species brand. So make sure that we're taking care of that and going to check out what I'm going to definitely get me one of those mugs or either a tumbler, Jeff. So there's that. All right. Crazy.
Santana.
Yeah. I just wanted to come up and bring up something to Jaden about the wall that he was.
Hold on. Before you get into that, Crazy, you have to answer the prompt. Which one of these lies is your favorite lie from Donald Timothy Trump? Is it the lie about the groceries, the tax cut, the swamp, immigration, or the 2024 election? Which one of those lies do you love the most?
The first one was the funniest lie that everybody fell for, which as a Trump supporter, I don't understand why everybody fell for that one, but that one is a lie to me.
Which one?
I understand.
Which one? Crazy. The grocery
prices.
Sorry, I got a phone call.
No worries.
Yeah, lower grocery prices.
Okay, yeah, all right, perfect. As long as we're level setting and we know for a fact that they couldn't, that Trump can't do that, but for some reason, people that are fans of his for some reason thought he was. All right, you said you had something else that you wanted to add to the argument.
When the same wall standing up that's under the same weather. So, I mean, you know that they knew that Trump was coming into office, so they figured they would get rid of the wall.
Please? Well, for one, this happened in 2023 under the National Defense Authorization Act. Republican lawmakers sign on towards sections and how to depose a wall that had, for one, been excess material, and two, was eroding, had not been built. I'm not talking about pieces that were already up, pieces that were sitting in the desert for months, if not years on end, that had suffered from major corrosion.
I think there's a glitch where people can't hear it. Crazy. We can hear him, but I don't think the chat can hear him.
Oh,
I might have to mute and unmute or something like that.
Just mute.
I think it's where that phone call came in. Let me try to do the airplane and or drop and come back. One of the two.
Okay.
Oh, they can now. It's fine.
Oh,
You're good,
shit.
Crazy.
Come back.
Crazy, come back. Okay, I guess not. Cutting in and out.
Could you explain the 2024 election win? Like, what's that point?
I don't know. I didn't write it.
Does he mean 2020 election win, or does he, or is it? I don't know.
If I had to guess, it would be the utterance of a landslide. But
that it was a landslide.
I'll leave that up to Santana.
Definitely not a landslide.
Okay.
Crazy comeback.
Well, if okay, how's it not a landslide?
Did he run?
He won by 1%, like 1.4%. That
He left.
He
barely won.
People couldn't hear him, so he left.
Oh.
Yeah. So for example, here's a couple of reasons why he didn't win the why it wasn't a landslide. So one, he didn't even get the popular vote, so he couldn't even hit 50%, which is expected from a conservative, right? Two, it was very close and like the hottest contested states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, even Georgia, he only won by 2%. But if you're gonna say that this was a landslide win, him winning by I think 1.3, 1.4%, then you're going to have to say that Joe Biden's win in 2020 was significantly more of a landslide because he won by 4.5%, right? We would consider Obama 2008 to be a landslide. That he got 52% of the vote. That's a landslide.
Listen, someone said that they missed the days of Obama where you can cast a vote and you know who's going to be the president by the time you get ready to hit the club that night. Like we knew early.
That was instant.
Yeah.
When you see like a swing bellwether county that's usually 50-50 and Obama hits 55%, it's over. You can go home, right?
Yeah.
Even in the electoral, so somebody put in the comments, in the electoral, there's no such thing as an electoral, like that's going to be representative of the popular vote in some sense, right? Not in most senses, but not in like the sense that we want it to be like a purely popular vote. But electoral college win is probably somewhere in the 340s, 350s. If you can get to around that number, we can start looking at like calling that a landslide. Yeah,
absolutely.
So Obama was the last of that.
Yeah. Real quick, Jerry, are you a Trump supporter? Jerry, are you a Trump supporter? All right, I'm going to take that as a no and drop you down. Guys, we got 4 minutes to get up to 300,000 likes. We're at 256,000 likes. 4 minutes to get up to 300,000 likes, or we are going to sub only. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. This is Sparring with Santana. These are debates with Trump supporters. We're only looking to talk to Trump supporters. Keep tapping the screen, share the live out, get the shares up to 700 shares, get the likes up to 300,000 likes. Let's take care of Jaden, Carbon, and also Jeff, who are on the panel. Make sure we're gifting them, hitting their pay links. Carbon specifically pay links are in the poll, because he's guest hosting with me today. So make sure that we're specifically taking care of all of them. Hey, Teddy, are you a Trump supporter?
Santana, I'm so sorry. You were in my pocket at work. I just needed to make it clear to people that I do not support the mega.
Oh, no. Who muted you? I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I think that was me by accident. I'm sorry. You have a good night.
Thank you. You as well. All right, guys. Also, just an FYI, we do have our daily live goal, which we're just showing out and stunting on Carbon now. So it's the dinosaurs. So if we can knock out the dinosaurs and continue to high step on, we're literally at this point.
I'm gonna make you a bet.
You want to make a bet? Okay.
Make you a bet.
Okay.
Yeah. So I bet because you have 4 right now, right? 4 dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I bet you I can get 2 in the next. I bet I can get 2 in the next 2 minutes. More so than you would ever get. 2 and 2. 2 dinosaurs, and you won't get any. You're getting
okay.
0.
Wait. Okay, we got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes. This is what we'll do.
3.
We got 3 minutes. Let's do a 3-minute, and this is for the chat. Within the next 3 minutes, between myself and Carbon, whoever gets the most dinosaurs from the chat is not only loved by the chat the most, but also $5, not $10, $10 within the next 3 minutes.
Shake.
The 3 minutes,
Shake. Let's
whoever
go.
gets the most dinosaurs between myself and Carbon not only gets the most love from the chat, but it's a $10 bet. How about that?
All right, bet.
It'd be
Let's
funny
do
if
it.
I got them all.
Jaden just gets
Whatever,
them all.
Jaden. Let's see. Chat, I need you guys to show. There's one for me. W's in the chat for Gail.
one.
What up, Gail? There's another one for
two.
me. W's in the chat. Hey,
That's
there's
three.
a third one for me. Carbon, where you at, buddy? There's a fourth one for me. There's a fifth one for me.
That's-
Carbon, what are you doing? Oh, there's a sixth one for me, Carbon. What are we talking about? There's a seventh one for
Oh,
me.
I got a tiny dime.
Carbon.
Hey, I got a tiny dime.
There's an eighth. Oh no. Yeah, there's an eighth one for me.
Jaden,
There's a ninth one for
Hey, I got
me.
one.
Oh no,
I got
that
one.
one
I
went
got
to you.
one.
That one went to you.
Yeah, I got
that
one.
one went to you.
There we go. I got
let's
a
see.
tiny diny. Hey,
You got a tiny dime.
I got more tiny dinies.
Oh, there's a second one for you, Carbon.
I'll
There's
take
a second one for you. There's a third one for you. Holy shit. Okay, so it's
Third,
8
let's
to
go.
3.
What y'all
It's
got?
8. There's a ninth one for me. So now it's 9 to 3, 9 to 4. There's
crazy,
another
bro.
one for you, Carbon. There's 9 to 4. That's
Yeah.
a fifth one for you. So now it's
5.
9 to
Oh
5.
shit, I'm catching up. Hey, I'm catching up.
9 to 5. We got 2 minutes
10.
left. That's a 10th one
That's
for
10.
me.
10 to 5.
That's a
10 to
sixth one
6.
for you.
11 to
There's
6.
an 11th one for me. That's 11 to 6. We got
That's
1
crazy,
minute
bro.
left. We got 1 minute left.
Where my
and I'm
people
up
at?
11 to 6. Exactly. Listen,
Jaden, give me
my
give me a
guys
dinosaur.
don't
I'm
play about me, Carbon. They love me so much more than you. That's 11
Okay.
to 6. Holy shit. That's 11 to
11 to
7.
7.
That was another one for you, Carbon.
Uh-huh.
It's 11 to 7. We
Yeah,
got
that's
1
crazy,
minute
bro.
left. Oh, that's another
is
one for me.
fucking
That's
crazy.
12 to 7. We got 1 minute
They're
left,
doing this.
and I'm up 12 to
you're
7.
coercing them.
Whatever.
You're
It's because
coercing
my
them
chat
somehow.
loves me. It's because my
Nah,
chat
bro.
loves me.
This
I'm
is
up
forced.
12 to 7. 12 to 7. Hold on.
You're almost there, Carbon.
That's 13 to 7.
Never mind. Like you said.
There's 13 to
Yeah.
7.
This
As soon
anti-carbon
as
bias is just
exactly.
like, I can't deal with it.
Hold on. We're almost there. I'm waiting for the time just to flip over. Hold on. We're as soon as it gets to 341.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. All right.
You guys
'cause
can say Carbon all you want in the
they
chat.
hold
Are
it
you
down,
conceding? There it is. Time. There it is. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, that was another one. W's in the chat for Gail. 14 in 3 minutes. Carbon, you better put some respect on my chat's name. Don't you ever
Wait,
again
hold
in
on.
your long-legged life.
I am a Trump supporter. I'm pretty sure 7 is greater than 14. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Lovely. Thank you for the boxing gloves. You owe me $10. And that's just the $10 that I lost to you
Roger.
last time.
All right, there we go.
Oh shit.
I just want to say a W to Ed for the order of the marshmallow brain mug and the intellectual violence
Ooh.
T-shirt. Let's go.
Oh,
Intellectual violence.
I'm about
which
to
is the
I'm
only way we
gonna
break
rack
our
up on your
violence.
gear, Jeff, because I like it. Like I love
Low
the
key.
money gun for
Like you
Carbon.
sound like Quake.
I love the actual the merch you have in there, guys. Seriously, if you guys haven't clicked on the link tree in Jeff's bio to check out the merch, he has some dope merch. NWOCD, are you a Trump supporter? CD, are you a Trump supporter? I'm gonna send you a request to come off mute. Thank you for the heart me.
Yo, I wasn't trying to get in the live. My bad, bro.
No worries.
The
Oh,
live. Yeah, I
shit.
wasn't trying to get in here, bro. That was an accident.
All right.
I thought you were
could've
going to say
left.
NAACP.
Zach Schneider, are you a Trump supporter?
That's Zach Sandler.
Sadler, I'm sorry.
You know, I like that movie you did, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Zach,
it.
are you a
That's
Trump supporter?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, awesome. Zach, which one of these Trump lies is your favorite Trump lies? The lie about the groceries, the tax cuts, the swamps, immigration, the election. Which one of these lies just gets your nipples rock hard?
I think the fact that you think the 2024 election was a lie is hilarious because of y'all's reaction to the 2020 election.
Ooh, okay. Well, you know what? I understand why you may think that, right? So let me go ahead and just kind of clarify this one for you, Zach.
Let's go.
So technically, yes, Donald Jimothy Trump is the president-elect, and he won the
Donald John Trump to you, sir.
Donald Jimothy Trump. His mama named him Jimothy. I'm gonna call him Jimothy. Anyway,
I like him.
With that being said, yes, technically he won. But the simple fact of the matter is that since he's won the election, there's been someone who has been creeping in his shadow. Someone who's been hip to hip, hand to hand, thinking cap to thinking cap. Someone who has moved into Mar-a-Lago. Someone who went to Notre Dame with him in France. Someone who was hanging out with him New Year's Eve. Someone who said, "I hate this bipartisan stopgap bill," and almost shut down the federal government. Someone who said, "I like I like H-1B visas, and we need more of them." And Donald Trump immediately said, "Yes, sir." The person that's pulling the strings is Elon Musk. And it's super interesting that people who hate the deep state and people who say that Donald Trump is answers to no one is perfectly fine with Donald Trump in open public answering to the deep state of Elon Musk and letting him control the government. What say you to that, Zach?
I think it's hilarious, bro. That's like such a stupid talking point.
How?
You've got Elon Musk in his cabinet. Like, yeah, he talks to Elon Musk.
No, he's not in his cabinet.
Great.
No, he's not.
Department of Government Efficiency.
Doge is not a cabinet level position.
Oh, is it not? That might be my bad.
It's not even a real thing yet. Like, it's not even a part. It's gonna sit outside of government, but it's not even a real thing.
Doesn't mean it's not a real thing.
No, it's not a real thing because it's not anything that's official. It's just a concept of not even a concept. It's just an idea at this point, right? I mean, he's talked about how it's gonna actually happen, but it's not official.
And I mean, I do love that you brought up the H-1B thing because as a conservative, we've never been against legal immigration. It's always been illegal immigration.
You keep saying H-1B, that, but Donald Trump ran on mass deportation and America First, saying that he wanted to bring high-paying jobs back to America and give the chance for American citizens to get those high-paying jobs. Yet he's turning around now saying that he wants to bring more people in from other countries to take those high-paying American jobs. You don't see the contradiction with that?
America First, great. If you come here legally, what are you? You're an American, right? Right.
Oh, no, then why does Trump want to deport legal citizens?
Why does he want to get rid of naturalized citizenship?
Yes, he does. So for example, this idea that Republicans and especially Donald Trump wants to deport people who are here legally, doesn't want to deport people. Like, so what was the whole Haitian thing about in Springfield, Ohio? Yeah, those people are here legally, right? Yeah, those people are here legally, right? On temporary protected status. TPS?
Well, I mean, as JD Vance explained, they were here through a system that Democrats came up with to give them temporary legalization.
Okay, are they here legally? Yes or no?
Hold on 1 second, Carbon. Since you're going to invoke the name of JD Vance, please also make sure that you reference the point that JD Vance admitted that he was lying about the whole thing as well. Anywho, go ahead, Carbon.
Lying about the Haitian thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
what it
he
means
admitted
to
that
be
he
legal.
made that it was a lie.
He said memes were made to bring attention to the issue.
No, he said that he will make up as many stories as he needs. Exactly. If I have to make up stories to bring attention to this, then I will. He admitted that it was a lie. Not only did he admit that it was a lie, but the local sheriff, the local police, the actual mayor, the governor, everyone who actually are on boots on ground, who are in the area, is saying that it was a complete lie. And JD Vance and Donald Jimothy Trump continue to push that lie. Anyway, go ahead, Carbon.
Yep.
And they don't continue to push the lie.
So Zach, what it means to be legal is that the government is like accounting for these people. I'm looking at the form here, USCIS form I-821. It's the application for temporary protected status. Is 13 pages with very, very detailed information that the government has to check. And if you get approved, then you get temporary protected status. And that can be, now this has been since the 90s.
Yeah, right? I'm sure that never.
You have a lot of people. Trump himself. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you think somehow, somewhere, it could have possibly been abused. That's not what we're talking about here. Trump himself
Actually,
has
yeah,
granted
okay.
temporary protected status to people. Now, what you're going to have to say, because Haitians, why do you know the reason why a lot of Haitians here are here under temporary protected status? You know the reason, right?
I've heard like they needed skilled labor for some different jobs.
No, so it was a giant fucking earthquake in Haiti in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, and Obama granted them that, as he should have, obviously. And they came here. They've been here, what, 15 years now, started families. Yeah, 2010.
Why is that relevant now?
Okay, I'm trying to get there, Zach. Okay,
Well, hurry up.
they came.
Stop rambling.
Yeah, stop talking while I'm
Shut
talking.
up.
Thank you. Keep your mouth shut.
Hurry up, buddy.
Pipe down, little boy. Okay, so when all he did was grant them temporary protected status, which was a precedent, which nobody disagreed with that. They came here, they built families and things like that. There were jobs there that were needed in Springfield that the locals weren't taking, so some Haitians filled that up. Okay. Now Nazis are coming around spreading propaganda, Nazi propaganda, doing what Nazis do about Haitians. It gets its way into Donald Trump's ear, and it gets his way into JD Vance's ear. And now he's talking about deporting people who are here legally, revoking, not letting it run out. He said he wants to revoke their temporary protected status and deport them. And the reason why he wants to deport them is because he fell for Nazi propaganda about them. So don't lie to me that he doesn't want to deport legal citizens. He also wants to take away birthright citizenship. That's a lie. He wants to deport people who are legally here, who did everything that the government asked them to do.
Birthright citizenship is not a good idea anyways. And if they're here because of an earthquake in 2010,
wait,
hold
But you lied that you said that he doesn't want to deport.
Hold on. Zach, do you have an issue with anchor babies?
I'm talking about when somebody comes here illegally and then they have a kid so they can stay here? Yes.
Okay, perfect. So how do you feel about Barron Trump?
He's a cool dude. Goes to NYU. Seems like
so
a good guy.
Barron Trump is an anchor baby.
Socialist. Melania
Trump was, when she came through with false information on a genius visa, so that actual visa should be revoked. She is an undocumented, quote unquote, illegal immigrant that had a baby that is anchoring her to the United States. So should we start deportation with Melania?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty positive that you're lying right now, but if you're
no, I'm not lying. And as a matter of fact, not only did she lie on the genius visa, but also the visa that Elon Musk came in on was expired when he started his first business. So i.e. he was here legally as well. There's multiple people that actually shouldn't be here. Your boy Ramaswamy with Doge, his dad was an undocumented immigrant as well. Like it's all across the board. I think there was a story, and I have to go back and get all the facts about this one, but there's a story that just came out about even Kash Patel that's super interesting. So it's funny when they start talking about these other people, but yet there is a lot of people around Trump that would actually fall into this category, but you guys don't say anything about that because, you know, that's your mango messiah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're like misrepresenting it, but
I'm not misrepresenting shit.
If somebody's here illegally, they shouldn't be here. That's the whole point. I'm talking about illegal border crossings, like people just pouring into the country. I don't want them here. I want them deported.
Do you understand what asylum is?
Yeah, you have to come to a port of entry. Though.
No,
That's
you don't.
No, you do not. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You just have to present yourself.
Tom Homan said it word for word.
I don't give a shit what Tom Homan said. Can you actually read what's it listed in the actual the wording of
did you see him debate AOC on this topic in Congress?
Hey, Zach, you're pivoting.
Did you see it?
What is Zach? You're pivoting. What is it, Zach? What does it say about seeking asylum? What specifically? What's the terms to be able to seek asylum?
Oh, you come through a port of entry and you
no. I need you to read it all for me.
So, bro, why would there be a port of entry if it wasn't necessary?
Zach, you're
that is not the one.
That's a
weird way that you can.
So really
it's one way to do it.
I just want to level set.
No, that's one way to do it.
We don't determine the truth of a legal proposition by glazing a politician. That's not how we determine it. We determine the truth by looking at the law, and that's what Santana is trying to get you to do. So if you just
why are you in every single one of these debates, bro?
Why
are you derailing that?
Hold on one second. Zach, one, you can fuck off, right? I invited Jeff here. You requested
Bro, y'all need
Jeff.
5
Jeff,
people to talk to one
Jeff
conservative.
has
It's so
Jeff
stupid.
has more of a right to this live than you do.
Y'all
So,
need 5 people to have a debate.
Bro,
first
I
of all,
haven't talked to
it's
you.
Troy is
Can
a
you
Trump
count?
supporter, so you know
W. Troy.
whatever. Yeah. So secondly, again, the guys that I invited to my live. As a matter of fact, let me just say this because I
All-
feel like I need to shut
you
up.
all do that.
Shut
You
up,
invite
Zach.
5 people.
Shut up, Zach.
Because y'all are scared to have a
Zach.
1v1.
Zach.
You were talking to
Shut up.
Can't even be. You literally
Like,
can't be.
and we're letting people speak one at a
Wait a
time.
minute.
But the simple fact of the matter is that guys, Carbon is co-hosting with me today. So make sure we're taking care of Carbon. Make sure we're gifting Carbon, but make sure we're hitting his pay links. His pay links are in the link tree in the bio. But Jaden and Jeff are special guests. Like I sent out the bat signal for them to come,
Nah,
and
Jeff's
they
a
joined me.
weirdo.
Shut up, Zach.
Didn't talk to him.
With that being said, they're my special guests as well. So let's make sure we're taking care of Jeff and Jaden as well. You know, hitting their pay links, making sure we're gifting them because Jeff, Jaden, and Carbon absolutely have every right to be here. Zach, you are not needed.
I mean, they got every right to be here, but it's kind of.
I mean,
pathetic that you need
seriously,
5
you're not
people to have a
you're
debate.
not needed. Now, with
Okay,
that
but
being
have 5
said,
people been debating you?
exactly.
I have
with
not
that
debated
being
you.
said,
Like, y'all can't do anything unless you're outnumbering.
hey Zach,
the-
Zach,
I just want to note that
I haven't
I
talked
always
to you.
appreciate. I
You're
always
just saying that your
appreciate-
argument's bad. That's all you're saying.
I
No,
always
I'm just saying it's
appreciate
kind of weak
those who
as a grown man
appreciate-
that you need 5 men to help you out.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
Yeah, you're
haven't
like,
talked to you.
listen, I go into conservative
guys. Hold
lives,
on one
it'll be
second, guys.
1v9. It doesn't matter. If your argument's good, it's good.
Hold
You
on one
shouldn't
second,
cry
guys.
about it.
I just want to say
Zach,
that I always
stop
appreciate
unmuting.
those
Go
who
ahead, Jeff.
appreciate me.
Jeff, you're a weirdo, bro.
I always appreciate those who appreciate me, and since Zach has noticed every live that I'm in, this one's for you.
He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan.
Just letting you know, I
Yeah, I
see
feel
you.
about that black
I
book.
see you, whoever you are. I can see you're a fan.
It's good
And if you,
dancing.
look, hold up. If you slide into the DMs and you tell me what you want autographed, I got you. I will let you know how much to cash app. You know what? You cash app either Santana or Carbon, the total I give you, and I
Send
will
it to Carbon.
autograph something and send
Send
it
it to
right
Hey,
to
Carbon.
Jeff, you remember when we debated about homicide rates and then you brought up child
got
porn
you.
to pivot?
I
Fucking dork.
got you. No, look, I got you. No worries. No worries, man. Just slide into the DMs. Tell me what you want autographed. I'll let you because it's on this live. This is my special thing. I will let you know how much to cash app to either Santana or Carbon, and I will send you some autograph right to your
I
mail.
got you, bro. I need some shit to burn. I'm about to start a fire tonight.
Carbon brought up TPS and how Trump is going. It wants to get rid of that.
No, Troy. No. I want Zach.
I heard my name. I'm
No
seeking
choice.
blood.
I
You can't
want
talk.
Zach.
You're a conservative. You can't
Hey,
talk.
Zach,
You wanted a 1v1.
Zach, I want you to read off 8 USC 1158. I want you to read that off for me.
You realize if I get out of this live, then you won't be able to hear me, right?
You can teacup. You can
Yeah,
teacup,
read it and
go
come
get
back.
it and come back. As a matter of fact,
How about you read?
nope.
I don't do what liberals tell me to do, bro.
Nope.
I'm sorry. It's
Oh,
a
we're
lot.
too smart. You can't understand the instructions.
Yeah.
We got to dumb it down a little
Thank
bit.
you so much.
Hey, if you want to come into the country,
you want me
you
to
gotta go
read
through a
it?
port of entry. Just like
No,
Tom
what I
Holland.
want Zach to do
Nope.
is shut
You
the
just got to be
fuck up.
physically present.
I want Zach to shut the fuck up and go read 8 USC 1158 about asylum. Since you're up here speaking on things that you don't know anything about, the only thing that you're doing is yapping. So you can go get the information and come back, but until you do, you don't get to speak.
It's yapping, bro.
Should I read it?
No.
Oh, we got to get. All right, cool.
Zach, are you going to go get the actual wording?
No, I'm gonna drop. I don't do it.
Then fucking go.
Okay.
We don't.
he's running.
Right there.
He
I dropped
ran.
you. We don't need an actual fucking announcement. But with that being said,
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. 'Cause all I do is win.
Guys, we can read the whole thing out, but the point that I was trying to make, and it's actually it's specifically in 8 USC 1158. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the one point that I really wanted to call out is it says here, whether or not at a designated port of arrival. Because he kept saying that you have to come through a designated port of arrival, which we know for a fact is not true. He didn't have
you
anything,
only
and
have
that's
to be
why.
physically present
Exactly.
in the United States.
Also, guys, W's in the chat for Corey. Corey sent a $2 donation. Said he doesn't want to do it, or we'll find out he can't read.
It's true.
W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Corey. Thank you so much, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Please take care of Carbon. Please take care of Jeff. Please take care of Jaden. Make sure we're gifting them, hitting their pay links. I would love to hear Jeff and Jaden and Carbon all say thank you to somebody. Guys, show them some appreciation. I would love to hear. I love when black men show appreciation, even Africans when they show appreciation. So make sure that we're taking care of them.
I said it before, and it was probably. Oh, my bad. I said it before, and it was probably, as Jakes would say, swallowed up. But W to Yaya for the Cash App. I have to, I have to drop because I'm about to record something.
All right.
But thank you for having me up, brethren.
Always.
And,
you know, you always.
the other mug says, and this is one of my catchphrases, like if you're not going to use your brain, please donate it to someone who will. That's the important thing. If you're not going to use your brain, please donate it to someone who will, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, I'll catch y'all later.
Take care,
All right.
Jeff.
Hey,
Jan,
I gotta
25.
I
Samantha,
gotta
thank you for the 10.
W's.
Darling, thank you so much for the $5 Venmo. Darling says, hold on, let me see. Keep cooking handsome. Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $5 on Venmo. What you looking at, Santana?
Real quick, someone in the chat said, what's a African? First of all, let me make sure that I say that, one, I didn't come up with that term. W's in the chat for Sunkiss, who actually broke the African term out for me. But Carbon, would you like to tell them why I called you a African?
Yeah, you know, yeah. So listen, my daddy likes the grits. My mom likes the corned beef hash. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right.
It's good together, actually. I like it.
Yeah.
Troy, how's he like his grits? With salt and pepper or sugar?
Butter, salt, and pepper. Yeah, sugar also. Yeah, a little bit.
Did you say sugar also?
He part Panamanian. He's part Panamanian too.
Holy fuck.
Sugar is wild.
Michael, thank you for the $5. Yo, Carbon, we make this co-host thing a more regular. Hey, that's up to Santana. That's up to Santana. I love being here. I'm a guest in his house. Thank you so much for the $5, Michael. Appreciate you.
Like Carbon.
Roger,
Jaden,
thank you for the 5.
You two know this more than anybody else because you guys come hang out with me more than most people. But I'm just here for the vibes. You guys bring the substance. I bring the entertainment. That's all I got. I got the sizzle. You guys got the steak. Troy, would you like to try to articulate an intelligent point?
Yes, Carbon brought up a point where wants to get rid of TPS status.
No, he wants to revoke temporary protected status for a particular ethnic minority in Springfield, Ohio. That's what I said.
Okay.
That's, by the way, that's ethnic cleansing, but we'll get into that. That's a different conversation. But yeah, yes.
Could you give me could you read the definition of that?
Yeah, forceful removal of an ethnic minority from a population center. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's what ethnic cleansing is. But yeah, so in this case, so what was your question?
It's not a question. I'm just saying like that's an example of like less immigration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
less legal.
I don't know if it was you or the other guy who was up here. What he was talking about is that was somebody who got here legally. They did exactly what the government asked them to do, and now you have the future president of the United States who's going to say, "Fuck you! I fell for Nazi propaganda. I'm going to deport you back to Haiti. Even your children who were born here." It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the stance doesn't seem to be that you guys want more legal migration. No, if you're revoking things like naturalized citizenship, if you're revoking DACA and temporary protected status and the asylum process, all of which are legal, then really the argument is that you is not that you want more legal migration, just that you want less migration as a whole, which I would argue is worse for our country.
Absolutely. Rockin' One Deep, are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Hey guys, just an FYI, we're only 3 dinosaurs away from closing out that 20 dinosaur goal, and really, I'm gonna just say it like this: no offense, Carbon, but shitting on Carbon. Let's knock out. All we need is 3 more dinosaurs. There's one. We're now 2 dinosaurs away from shitting on Carbon. I would really like to close this out and let them know that Sparring with Santana, the late night crew, we don't play those games. Not over here. With that being said, Rockin', can you tell me which one of Donald Trump lies is your favorite lie? Is it a lie about the groceries, about tax cuts, about the swamp, about immigration, about the 2024 election? Which one of these lies do you love the most?
Hey, so you froze a little bit. I didn't question you. Froze
You got no, that's your phone. You have red bars. What up, Sean?
Okay.
Yeah, you got bars. Just hold on for a second. There's one more. Hey, thank you, Auntie. Oh, there's the final one. Carbon. How does it feel? How does it feel? Guys, W's in the chat for all of you. Listen, Carbon, when I tell you we don't play those games around here, we do not. Every single time. The only thing that we do is come through and as a matter of fact, chat, everyone who knocked out those 20 dinosaurs, you guys earned this one. That's how my chat shows out. W's in the chat for the chat. I love you guys so much. W's in the chat for all of you. I want to see you guys fill up the chat with W's for yourself. Fill up the chat for W's for yourself. I want to see you show you some love. As much as I love you, I want you to love you. W's in the chat for the chat. I love you guys. Rockin', it looks like your signal's back. You want to go ahead and try to talk now?
Yeah, I'm back. So I'm new here. Are you a Trump supporter?
Nope.
No. I'm black, my friend.
Chi, thank you for the 5.
Oh.
You have the worst MAGA mobile that I've ever seen.
Samantha Murphy, thank you for the $10. Samantha says, thank you for your support. All these Trump supporters say that immigrants abuse the system, but completely forget the fact that Trump and Musk consistently abuse H-1B for their own benefit.
Exactly.
That is true. Thank you so much, Samantha, for the $10.
W's in the chat. Okay, yeah, Rockin', go ahead and drop down and try it again. Then you can request back. You're good. Troy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You want to try to say something smart again?
Yeah, you said that I'm black. So like, what does that have to do with anything?
He's racist.
No, yeah, that. What I'm saying is that 80% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. So more likely than not, every 8 out of 10 black men voted for Kamala Harris. So, I mean,
now that's a true statement, but you can't just say, "Oh, I'm black." Like it's like.
Well, what I'm saying is,
it's like if you're black and you care about racism.
Yeah, and I mean, just
I do care about racism.
I know what they say about assumptions, but I mean, again, 8 out of 10 black men that you come across voted for Kamala Harris, and that's just an easy.
I assume that the guest thought that she was a Trump supporter and didn't assume because you're black that you was a Trump supporter.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying to help him out. Out.
I was like, I was confused. I'm like, what does that mean?
There's another dinosaur. Thank you for the dinosaurs, Carmen. They're still stunting on you. Still doing it big.
And back on the election thing,
just wait till I get a TikTok universe out of nowhere. All right.
Yeah, ain't nobody sending you no TikTok universe. You know what?
I'll take one.
And back to election thing, like, back in other elections, the criteria for a landslide was a lot lower than what you guys have suggested. The criteria.
What was the criteria?
The criteria was a certain amount of electoral vote wins, like over a threshold. And
what was that threshold, and why?
Now I don't.
Yeah, like listen, when we're talking about like a landslide, like there's like a conceptual space in our head that we're talking about when we're thinking about a landslide. We're not talking about like somebody. Hold on, just real quick. Like Ronald Reagan. First of all, everybody agrees that was a landslide, right? He won like fucking 49 states.
Not even close.
Right. Okay, so like it's when we say it's a landslide, we mean like there's such a large spread between like in each individual state, even like in the closest states that you would expect to have like a close election, there's such a large spread. So like the reason why we would call 2008 Obama a landslide is because in a very close state like like a swing state like Pennsylvania or Michigan, he's getting 56% of the vote. And McCain is getting 42% of the vote. That is a ridiculously large spread. He almost won. He won Indiana. He almost won Missouri. Like that is like the fact that like he's winning red states, states that you would not expect to win, and in states where you might expect him to win, but he's winning by such a large spread. That's the problem. Okay, but when it comes to Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump wins Pennsylvania. How much did he win Pennsylvania by? In 2016 and 2024.
I don't know the exact number. I just know he won.
Okay, so in 2016 he won by less than 1%. In 2024 he won by 1, maybe 2%. Do you think that's a landslide victory in Pennsylvania?
Didn't you just allude to the fact that what you said? Obama?
Can you answer that question? Obama won by like 16 points in Pennsylvania.
Right. You said that his margins in red states were a lot.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Right.
No, his margins in swing states, and then like I just added on the fact that he also won a couple traditional red states. But I'm talking about swing states. That's usually what we're talking about. Swing states, they could go either way. But if it goes in your way and by such a large margin, that's typically what we talk about when it comes to a landslide. Because if you're going to win Pennsylvania by 15 points, you're likely to win Michigan by a large percentage. You're likely to win Wisconsin by a large percentage. Because generally speaking, the entire population moves in one way. So the question is, like, if Donald Trump did win 2024 by a landslide, why did he only win Michigan by less than 1%?
What? Because the issues and what they care about was different.
No, I'm asking why is that a landslide if he only won by less than 1%?
I would say it's a landslide because like every blue state, the numbers were much lower than Joe Biden, and
that doesn't make it a landslide, dude.
And that doesn't make no sense. Oh, man. And you're talking about a shift. I'm sorry, Troy. What you're talking about is a shift relative to 2020, right? For example, like in California, Joe Biden got 63% versus Kamala Harris getting a few percent. Like there was about a 2 to 3 point shift relative to 2020. A 2 to 3 point shift is not a landslide. That's expected that's within the range between, for example. But just to be clear, you do think that Joe Biden, just to be clear, you do think that Joe Biden won in a landslide then in 2020, right?
Yes, I think he won his party won the Senate. I don't know if he won the House.
And it was like 2 to 3 times more of a landslide than whatever Donald Trump won in 2024, right?
I wouldn't say that, no.
Okay, what was the popular vote for Joe Biden?
Was a popular vote for Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Joe Biden won the popular vote.
Joe Biden.
No, I'm asking by what margin?
That doesn't matter.
It was 4.2. It was 4. Yeah, it was 4.5%. That was the percentage, 4.5%.
Right.
The popular vote for Donald Trump, 1.3%.
And the argument of popular vote is the popular person. So the one who has a majority.
No.
Okay, so first of all, Donald Trump didn't even get a majority of the vote. Donald Trump didn't even hit 50%, by the way.
That's what I was about to say. The popular vote is dictated by getting 50% or more of the actual total vote, which Donald Trump didn't get. Jay got this. Are you a Trump supporter?
Never will be a Trump supporter.
Okay, all right. I appreciate
Jay do got this. Jay do got this. Let's go.
Absolutely does. Guys, keep tapping.
Like I don't understand it.
Oh, real quick.
I just don't understand the
tapping screen,
situation. Oh, go ahead.
Sharing
Sorry,
the live out. Let's go ahead and get this up to 400,000 likes. Let's also get the shares up to 800 shares. Make sure we're taking care of the panel. And guys, this is the last challenge I'm putting out to the chat. I don't know if we can actually do this one or not, but I would love to just, I would love to do it. The last challenge that I put out to the chat, we have a gift goal of one future city, just one. One future city, exactly. One future city. If we can knock out this one future city,
for me,
no,
I will take
not
that
for Carbon,
future city.
not for Jaden, not for Carbon, but for your old buddy Santana. If we can get
a future for each of
one
us?
one future city, just to show both Carbon
only
and Jaden.
Santana has
That's
a
right.
future.
One
To
for
show
each.
Carbon and Jaden. No, just one to show Carbon and Jaden. There's a future encounter. Thank you so much for the future encounter.
You fucking
Concept.
people.
Thank you so much, Concepts of Sympathy, for the future encounter. If we can get one future city, just so I can dunk on both of them, just because both of these guys are my
One
brother, I
for
love
me.
them, but I will sun both of them every chance that I get. I will sun them every chance that I get. So we just need one.
He's been a little
future
too
city
cocky.
to do so.
We need to rein him in. He needs to check his ego.
Whatever.
Yeah, we gotta humble him, y'all.
Whatever. Go ahead, Carbon.
Yeah, so I don't understand any situation in which you do not win the popular vote, like you do not hit 50% or more. You only win 1.3% of the vote. You barely win the swing states in the Midwest, right? And that's considered a landslide, right? I just don't understand that like kind of logic. Like if you want to just redefine landslide just to like be any win, right? Then every president has won in basically a landslide.
Absolutely.
Right? You just kind of like demeaning belittling what it means to like have a landslide victory.
And you know that's something. Wait, Troy. That's something that bothers me because that's something that the writers try to use as rhetoric as far as saying that there's a mandate because he won in a landslide. Where really, you're talking about the 77 million votes that Donald Trump received, but you're not talking about it as far as perspective, as far as the total votes or where he stands with overall votes and the differentiatory rate between other actual elections. So, like, you can't say that he has a mandate. There was no landslide. He didn't even technically win the popular vote. Period.
I like your word choice there, but like I just looked it up because I want to educate myself because he said you need to have 50%, and I co-piloted this, and it says to win the popular vote in election, a candidate simply needs to secure a majority of the voters cast. This means they need.
Yeah,
to
I'm sorry. When we're saying he didn't win the popular vote, we're just mean that he didn't get over 50%.
But not necessarily
There's two
more
different.
than 50%.
Yeah, so
of the
like he
total
didn't
vote.
get 50%. Why is that considered a landslide if he came in and get 50% of the vote?
I actually you forced me to look this up, but you're stating your opinion that it's not true. It's not reality.
Wait. Can you answer that question? Wait, did he get 50% of the more of the vote?
No. He won a majority.
I'm asking, did he get 50% or more of the
majority?
vote?
And that's why I appreciated John.
So we agree.
Word
At
choice
least
that
half
he's
of the
technically,
populace.
because you had to say that because he actually won the popular vote. But
he did. Yeah, he's looking at AI.
50%.
Yeah, but I'm asking you, like,
and yes, I did.
Is it a landslide to have the overwhelming majority of the United States voting populace not vote for you?
By reality, that's not what when the popular vote is.
Yeah, listen, Troy. So if it is the case that Donald Trump won in a landslide, and you want to change that definition, how most people use it, then almost every president wins in a landslide. That's it.
No, I would say this
Okay.
is more so like subjective. Like it's
Like, well, like whatever you put Donald Trump under, that qualifies him as having won a landslide. That is just going to apply to like 99% of presidents who have won their election and re-election. I'm just saying, like, I would
agree. I mean, if you win the popular vote, you win the popular vote. Like, yeah, of course. But if you didn't win the electoral college, which matters, then
like when people say landslide, that means it's so clear that the other person can't even stand a chance. Obviously, Kamala Harris stood a chance. She only lost Michigan by less than 1%. That's like 30,000 people that just needed to show up and vote. That's like really close. That's like a bad weather day. Okay, so like all we're talking about is like a close election. And it was less close. And like, for example, Georgia, it's a traditionally red state. Trump only won by like 2%. Right? That's not expecting the landslides territory.
But in the grand scheme of things, you do know that in order to win the presidency, you need other states. Like it's a bigger picture. So like
we're not asking. All we're focusing on is the landslide language that you're using. That's all I'm focusing on.
Right, and I'm saying
clearly he did not win in a landslide.
Okay, so could you clarify when you say win a landslide? Is that per state? Because if that's the case, and yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay, so here's the way elections typically work. If you get, let's say nationwide, you get like 53% of the vote. What that's going to mean in each individual state is you're going to see very wide spreads in each individual state. If you got 53% of the vote nationwide, I would look at like a close swing state and see you having like a 10-point spread, right? And that's what it means, because like that's what it means to have like those very large margins at the nationwide level. That means you're getting really large spreads, even larger spreads at the swing state level, right? So in each individual state, what you would expect in a landslide territory is to have maybe at minimum a 5-point margin over your opponent in a very, very close state on average, probably on 5, maybe 6-point minimum, right? Now, Obama, he's winning Michigan, like he got 58% of the vote in Michigan, something like that. That's clearly landslide territory in a state that like George Bush won, right? Yeah. So, okay, so like that's what I'm saying. So you won't expect Donald Trump to only win 1%.
The simple fact of the matter is, and like I genuinely don't want this to get lost in the overall conversation. Right. And the like you're speaking to multiple things and talking about it's a quote unquote landslide victory or whatever. To be clear, Donald Trump got 77,303,573 votes with 49.9% of votes casted. Kamala Harris got 75,019,257 votes with 48.4% of the votes casted. What I'm saying is plain and simple is there was no landslide victory. This was razor thin, and even in the swing states, just to call it out, just like Jaden said, Donald Trump got 2,804,647 votes. Kamala Harris got 129 votes. Again, less than 100,000 votes in Michigan, and that goes across the board to all swing states. All swing states were tightly contested. There was no grand difference in those actual states for you to declare that Donald Trump had a landslide victory. It just does not work that way. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Kevin. Kevin sent a $1 PayPal donation to say, when am I in a goalpost moving competition and my opponent when am I in a goalpost moving competition and my opponent is Troy? I'm cooked. Yeah, listen, if you ever had to be in a goalpost moving competition with Troy, none of you guys are going to make it at all.
And like, with all due respect, this isn't even the biggest point of contention of the various lies that he's told. I would even say that this is like the bottom end, literally on the bottom of the list here of things that are like of uber importance here. He lied about the actions that happened in New Orleans and the identity of that perpetrator. He's lied about his recent past election loss. Right. He's lied about COVID. He's lied about way more detrimental things towards our society. I don't know why this is the point you choose to cling to.
Yeah, exactly. BM Buff, is it BM Buffy?
But like, who cares?
You can just call me Buffy.
Buffy, are you a Trump supporter?
No. Good God,
okay. No. I appreciate you. Then I'm gonna drop you down. Okay.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. This is Sparring with Santana, debates with Trump supporters. Guys, we're so close to 400,000 likes. Let's keep tapping the screen. Go ahead and get the likes up to 400,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 800 shares. And again, make sure we're taking care of Jaden and Carbon as we're up on the panel. Make sure we're hitting their gifts and their pay links. Carbon's pay links are in the poll in the bio. But more than anything, chat, let me talk to you. More than anything, I have a gift goal of a future city. This is the last gift goal that I'm going to put up, and I am trying to show Carbon how we do things here with Sparring with Santana, with the late night community. You guys know how much I love and appreciate you. But if you guys can just do me this one last favor, I won't have any more to ask. So if we can knock out this future city and show Carbon that we play no games, to show Jaden that we play no games, I would love you to life. One future city. One future city. That's all we need. One future city. Let's go ahead and knock it out. With that being said, I think that Jaden made such an amazing point, Troy. Like you to just hyperfixate on this one thing, and the fact that Donald Trump has been across the board lying about multiple things. It's absolutely insane. So how can you justify all of the lies with just this one little inkling saying that he had a bit of a mandate, which we've already debunked, or as I heard someone say on a live the other day, disbunked. We've already disbunked it. So what do you have?
Well, with the New Orleans things, tweet, I read it, and I guess what people are hung up on is the illusion of him suggesting that it's a illegal immigrant when
Well, it was.
And I would have thought the same thing, because I'm not like I'm moderate left, but other Trump supporters have also alluded to the fact that he was just speaking in general. He was just
no.
He keeps infantilizing this man.
I'm just saying
He
that
refers specifically to New Orleans.
I'm saying that I thought that he was referring to the New Orleans thing with the illegal
Because he was.
immigrant, but a lot of Trump supporters are looking at it a different way. And
Yeah, because they're stupid.
Well,
yeah,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say you're stupid.
I would. I would say
70%.
quantifiably
70% of them don't even know that he lost the 2020 election. How's that not stupidity?
No. I think a lot of
Thank
people
you for the
know
manifesting.
that he lost the election. It's just
No, they don't.
People
They
are
don't
hung
believe
up on
that
the
he
fact that
Yeah, they're like just be conspiracy theories. Those are stupidity. It's basically like flat Earth. Like I listen. I think people are smart in their own way. Like maybe they're like, for example, I've met like some Trump supporters